Oh, jeez, you guys.
Oh, man.
When last we left you, Blue Hearts, you arrived back on the Prime Material to an Arcadia under siege. The demon princes had launched their last assault upon your realm, seeking to pry open the Rizadoon's prison and free the creator of the Abyss. Faced with impossible odds and with the aid of your friends, Goth managed to regain his divine intervention and call upon Eldath's aid. In spectacular fashion, the Grove Mother opened a mass gate and summoned armies from all over Othara to your aid. You hasted through burning streets and clashing armies to the Academy, which was the focus of the Demon Prince's attack. Within, you regrouped with the old heroes and learned that Calenthus was at the top of the tower, seeking to harness the Rizadoon for himself in order to create a new reality, free of the princes, of the gods, and of all suffering. One where Sissel's mother yet lived. You confronted Calenthus at the top of the tower. While Sissel tried to talk him down, first with reason, then with threats, ultimately Calenthus proved too far gone to convince. That is when he revealed his masterstroke, employing a device that at once sapped all of your avatar stones of their power and incapacitated nearly all of you in the process. Calenthus took the avatar stone's power into himself, and with the strength of the Pantheon and 5,000 years of heroes coursing through him, he ripped open the Rizadoon's prison. That is where we pick up.
God, yeah, that was what happened, huh?
Wow, what a thing to leave off on for 2 weeks.
God.
Yeah. Okay, so
Has it been longer?
it's been 3 weeks since we played last.
A fortnight and a half.
Thank you. Okay. Darkness. Silence. An impenetrable morass wears on you, thick and stifling. Your mind fights through the fog. Sound comes to you in pieces, slivers of life in the nothing. Wraith. The voice calls to you. It's an echo down a corridor of claustrophobic absence. You float toward it, seeking answers, struggling to be known in the vastness. You know the speaker. Wraith. Urgently now you crawl through the pitch. Your eyes dart in search of light. By degrees, the rays of day break through. Something soft and malleable hits the back of your head. At last you heave off the cloak of sleep. Wraith, still song. Your mother's voice is distinct. Get out of bed this instant before you sleep through the whole day.
I'll open my eyes and look around.
Wraith, as you groan and roll over in bed, shoving aside the pillow that Elaine tossed at you, the morning sun peers through the window next to your bed. It's another clear day over the dapper snapdragon.
Mom?
You turn around and you see Elaine standing in the doorway to your bedroom. She's wearing an apron, she has a skillet in her hand, and there's the smell of cooking sausage that's wafting from the adjacent room of your apartment. Had a bit too much to drink last night, did we?
How do I feel? Do I have a headache? Do I feel bad?
You feel... You have a bit of a headache. There's a grogginess. There's a sense of... You're trying to remember something, but... No, it's gone. Must have been a dream.
I guess so.
Well, When you're ready to crawl out of bed, food's almost ready. You need your strength for your big day, right?
What? I might have lost track of what day it is. What's happening?
She puts her hands on her hips and just shakes her head and says, "Hey, how much did you have to drink last night? Oh, my flesh and blood. All right. Well, I'm almost done ironing your uniform. It'll be ready for this evening. You look like you're still waking up. I'll give you some time. All right?
All right. I'll be down soon.
All right. Love you."
Love you.
She takes off back into the adjoining room. All right. You look out the window, your eyes inevitably drawn to the sunlight, down into the dapper Snapdragon's courtyard. And below, you can see your guards are festooning decorations throughout, pulling up tables and benches, preparing buffet tables. Tonight is going to be a big celebration. You gaze upward, beyond the compound's walls, out into the sprawling white gold city of Arcadia.
What?
Endless manor rooftops stretching across the countryside, an elegant fusion of architectural styles from across the realm, spires of alabaster thrusting skyward across the neighborhoods, intricate sigils along their arcane towers, and still further, in Arcadia's higher tiers that crawl toward the sky, grand obsidian districts interwoven with green runes. What remains of the heavens are choked with flyers of all sorts, airships, voidcraft, dragons, Walden's airborne wonders of engineering. In the distance, you can make out the Academy's golden hue. That's right, how could you forget? That's where you're going tonight. It's at that moment that another figure darkens the door frame of your room. Magram ambles in, grinning ear to ear, holding 2 large flagons of fresh ale, and he says, "Dwarven breakfast."
I don't know. Apparently, maybe I should skip hair of the dog today. Apparently, I went pretty hard last night.
All right, more for me. And he sits down on the side of your bed. He squints at you cheerfully with both eyes. Both eyes? That's right, your brother's always had 2 good eyes. Why would you ever think otherwise?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He says to you, "So you excited for the big night?"
I guess so, yeah. This is what I've been working for all this time, right?
Yeah, you and me both. Is Mom giving you a hard time?
Yeah, of course. If I don't go down in like 15 minutes, pretty sure she'll throw the dresser at me.
You should cut her some slack. You know the whole family came from Bridgerton to see us. Ain't every day the 2 Steel Songs get admitted to the Academy.
Lore, Virididoon, lore point, sorry. Virididoon was the one that was blown up by a previous
Yes, that's
group
the one
of...
you sent into space.
Okay.
I remember that. That was funny.
Oh, they even got Uncle Mortar to come out here?
Yeah, couldn't believe it myself. Hey, you think when we're officially students there, they'll let us take the Galt's class, or would that be nepotism?
I feel like it would be reverse nepotism if they told us that we couldn't.
I suppose you got a good point there.
Reverse nepotism.
Got him on the reverse nepotism call.
Oh my god.
He starts taking a swig of his flagon. and he says, "So, what are your plans for the day?"
Besides getting up and getting some breakfast, I'm not really sure. We have how long until the induction ceremony?
Well, my understanding is it's this evening. They're trying to time it with the other festivities that are going on. You know, the big celebration at midnight that they're having over in Storm Oak Plaza. I mean, it's big anniversary, I know, but you'd think they could have done it on a different night. It kind of takes away from our big night, don't you think?
Well, I'm sure there'll be more than enough festive cheer to go around.
I suppose that's true.
I might
Well-
take a walk, see how the city's responding to all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a plan. Just yeah, I mean, let me know if you want some company. But hey, I heard that Danya's got come back into town.
Oh? Do you know where she is?
I don't know. She might be hanging out with those company folk. I mean, I heard she's got some leave time coming up. Is she ever gonna take you on one of those expeditions?
Might be a good thing to ask her.
All right. Well, if you wanna go track your friends down, and I'm sure that I'll give you some space. I can keep Mom in line in the meantime.
Thanks, Malgrim.
Oh, what are siblings for, right? He puts a hand on your shoulder.
I'll clap him on the shoulder as well.
He does that, and then he pulls you into a hug, and he says, "Love you, sis."
Sure. None of this once we get into school, alright? Don't be too embarrassed.
Yeah. I know. All right, I'll let you get ready for the day. And he leaves the drink on your dresser just in case you reconsider. He steps out of the room.
I guess I will get up and start cleaning up and getting ready for the day.
All right, easy enough. Your family's been here for about a week now. You've put them up in some of the free rooms in the Dapper Snapdragon. Having your parents around has been nice. It's you haven't had to worry about so many of your chores. They've been helping you out a little bit. Your mother, especially, seeing how you live, is not having it and is cleaning up around here.
You live like this?
Dude, bitch, you live like Sorry.
But yeah, it is a bright and early morning over the Dapper Snapdragon.
It's a place that I just okay, so we've all arrived together here like a week ago.
No, you've
Or
been
I've
here.
been here.
You've
Okay.
been here. Yeah, you've been in the city for a while now.
Of course. Definitely.
You came probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, seeking entry into the academy, you and your brother. Obviously, there's a long waiting list, so it's taken a while. You've had to pass a lot of exams, a lot of practical exams, but it wasn't all bad. In the meantime, at some of the celebrations last year, they do this big anniversary celebration every year. At those same celebrations a couple of years back, you met a bunch of people, had some drinks with them, had some laughs, made some friends, and you all decided to go in on a piece of property together, and you turned it into one of the best taverns and inns in Arcadia.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
We did do that. I feel so proud of myself for being such an entrepreneur. I never really thought I had it. No, I'm kidding. She kind of
I
does.
always knew.
Hey,
Well,
we need someone with good salesmanship.
is Holg still here?
Um, do you find out? Do you go downstairs?
Yeah, I'll go
Alright, well,
downstairs.
you head down
I
to
want to see
the.
how he deals with my mom being in the kitchen.
You head. Well, your mom was in your kitchen. You have a kitchen in your
Oh, okay.
apartment,
All right.
so
That's
she
fair.
was making food there. Um,
Well,
if
I
you
should
want to go
probably
see,
no. I need to probably eat that before she gets mad.
Yeah.
fair enough. You can sit down at the kitchen table. Your brother Forar is there, as well as your father Dor. Dor is reading what looks to be a tablet that has a series of arcane sigils on it.
He
Almost.
made an iPad.
He is scrolling through it, looking at the morning news. He says, "Oh, right. Yes, Dr. Walden's Bodner is something else."
He made an iPad.
Technology's incredible, right?
Oh, I can't imagine what our lives would be like without Walden Enterprises improving them.
Jesus Christ.
God.
It's like a real life advertisement from your dad.
Jesus.
What have you got on tap for today?
Well, I feel like I don't remember having any plans before tonight. I might try to go track Danya down. Apparently, she's in town as well.
Tell hi for me.
Of course.
You know, it's those cloak shadows and us have always been fairly close.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like I've definitely known her since I was like 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
He says, "Me, I gotta go check on the docks. Apparently, there's some problems with some of the voidcraft. I have to do some maintenance."
Nothing too serious, I hope.
No. The Council of Dragons is sending over some engineers as well. We should be able to straighten it out before the next expedition.
Where are they headed this time?
Oh, I don't know. I don't pry into the particulars, but I imagine they're just searching for new dig sites or maybe making new contact.
No, that makes sense.
And he kind of like continues reading his tablet as he is like occasionally picking at the food that Elaine has made.
Well, I guess I will eat.
Okay, so you can eat and finish your meal. If you wanted to head downstairs to see where Holg is, you're
Yeah.
certainly capable of doing that.
Check in on everyone.
You head down into the tavern proper. Your employees here as well are preparing for the festivities. I mean, this anniversary happens obviously once a year. They make a big deal about it here in Arcadia, and ever since the Dapper Snapdragon opened its doors, it's always hosted the biggest parties.
Hell yeah.
It would be foolish for you to not to do it. You see, Agatha and Baldric are hastily setting table decorations. You smell the most incredible food from the kitchen as Holg is whipping up a frenzy. Holg himself, it's actually great to have Holg back in the kitchen. He hasn't had a lot of time to spend at the Snapdragon in recent months, ever since his culinary company took off.
Oh yes. Hogan does?
Holgen Dawes is one of the many properties that Holg owns. He also owns a series of food stalls and trucks. The Dapper Snack Wagon.
Oh!
Snap snack
Oh my god.
wagon. You're proud of yourself, aren't you?
I'm really proud of that one.
How long
I
you
was
been holding on to that one?
I'm like auxiliary
Falk was
proud
That's
for
like
you.
desperate for us
Falk
to
was
get
like,
the whole.
he withheld that from his book.
The-
It's normal.
Hulk inspires all of my best puns.
The epilogue of the whole campaign is not compared to the joke that Falk just made. It's a joke. I know it'll be great. I'm just being a doof.
But Hulk is currently in the kitchen. He's whipping up quite a number of dishes. He's gonna be busy. But you could say hello if you want.
I'll just shout, "Hey, Hulk!" and wave from the
Oh,
door.
hey, good to see you.
I won't distract you too much. Good luck today.
Thanks. We're gonna have a couple of the stalls over at the festivities. If I'll pass the word that you eat for free.
Oh, well, sure to check it out then.
You and the rest.
I'll give him a big thumbs up.
He kind of gives you a thumbs up and then goes back to furiously working at whatever he is cooking at the moment.
Wow, eating for free. Well, I think we eat
That's too
at
good to be
least
true.
discounted
I mean,
here, but
there's the thing is that eating for free is sort of like a quaint notion. There's really not much of a concept of capitalism here in
Oh.
Arcadia.
Oh my god.
wow.
Yes.
Like, wealth is equally shared, prosperity is equally shared here. You looked out. There are no there's housing for everybody, and it's quite nice housing.
It's the
There's no-
dragon communist utopia.
Wait, there's no far corners.
There's no far corners. It's just sprawl of these nice manor properties that stretch out into the countryside. The city of Arcadia is a lot bigger, and it's multi-tiered as well. It's a lot bigger than the original one you knew. Or rather, what? This has always been what you knew. What? No. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Um,
of
What,
course.
me?
Of course, yeah.
Of course, this is it. Yeah,
It's huge.
absolutely.
It
And
could
why
have
would
been
we want
countryside
anything
at one
else?
point, but it hasn't been for like.
It's been like this for centuries, millennia even. It's fine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Why
fine.
would we want anything else? Duh. Forehead.
All right, what are you planning to do with your day? Got a
Um,
long day.
Well, I think I might try to see if I can track down Danya wherever the company hangs out. And I think
Absolutely.
I think I have to track down these very good friends of mine at some point who
Oh, yeah.
I own this bar inexplicably with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're probably out in the town doing their own thing.
Yeah.
But you can definitely try to seek out Danya. She's probably over at the Voidcraft launch base on the northeastern side of the city. That's probably where the company expeditions are, loading and unloading
Yeah.
their finds and
Of course.
yeah.
I'll have to go over there.
Yeah. So you leave the compound of the Dapper Snapdragon behind and start heading through the city, which is in a high spirits as it is preparing for this great celebration tonight. And we will cut away from that moment and move over to Goth.
Oh boy.
Goth. Breathe. Focus. Hear her voice. A chorus of sounds in the universe. And she has words only for you. take them into your heart. They are her gift to you. Every babble of a brook, every rustle of a leaf, her joy to share. Now, Liza squeezes your fingers. How do you feel?
How do I feel?
Goff, you open both of your eyes. Both eyes? Oh yeah, you've always had two working eyes. It's kind of strange thing to wonder about. Liza is sitting before you, her diminutive form sitting cross-legged, clutching your hands. She is radiant in the morning light, and around both of you, the breeze is flowing through the gardens of Arcadia's temple to Eldath. How do you feel in this moment? There's a sense of like, something's weird here? I'm forgetting something? No, it was probably just my own anxiousness about, just a general sense of anxiety. But I need to just focus myself. That's why you're sitting here now with Liza.
I feel like I've forgotten something important.
What? Like what?
It's strangest thing. I can't remember a lick of it. I guess it must not have been that important anyway.
Liza smiles and she pats your wrist. Her tiny hands, both of her hands could not even wrap around one of your wrists. She just sort of pats your hand and she says, "My friend, I have learned so much from you since I first made pilgrimage to Eldath's shrine on the Isles so long ago. Your devotion, your compassion. But if you will learn one thing from me, it is this. You need to relax."
Yeah, Goff.
Calm
Some
down.
utopia. If Goff has still got all this anxiety.
They haven't figured out that yet. They're getting there. No capitalism is helping.
You'll not listen to me. Perhaps listen to your other friend here. And Liza motions toward the nearby gardens, past rows of blooming flowers and tranquil streams. And a few feet away, you see that Roscoe has busied himself with rolling in the fresh grass.
Yeah.
Good.
I smile. I take a deep breath and let my shoulders fall.
Yeah.
Just as a quick thing.
Yeah.
I look at the back of my left hand. What do I see?
You see the true mark of Eldath.
The true mark.
Well, you see the mark of Eldath. You don't know if it's. I mean, you don't know what.
For the player. For me.
For player purposes, you don't know. Like, it's not like a magical item or anything. But you have a marker of Eldath. You have the tattoos. Goff, you are Eldath's champion. You are. I mean, you've been so for a long time now. Just as many other Cragbreakers before you have been. All stretching all the way back to when Eggleg Cragbreaker first brought Eldath's grace to the Isles.
I reach up to my face and kind of around my head, neck area. Do I have a mask?
Yeah, if you want a mask. If that's
don't.
part of your aesthetic.
I don't know.
Would Goth have had a mask at this point? He never suffered.
Probably not. No.
Wow.
I was trying to see if this was something that was going to be.
That's up to you.
A hard rule. Okay. What was the last thing Liza said?
She just pointed to Roscoe,
Oh,
who's having a grand old
I
time.
took a deep breath. Yeah.
Yeah, and she said, "There, are you feeling centered? You feel calm?"
Let's hope so. I'm doing my best.
It is all you can do. My friend, as Eldath's champion, if you are truly to be the ambassador of your people, of the Grove Mother's people, you must be a pillar. If something worries you, share it with me. Let me unburden your woes.
Well, I guess I want to play this right. So,
Sure.
what is Goff's current life situation like?
It comes back to you in pieces. If you are Eldath's champion on the Cerulean Archipelago, you spread her word across Authara and beyond. Liza is a friend of yours, a very good friend, who heard Eldath's voice as well and actually sought you out rather than the other way around, as would have happened in the other timeline.
What timeline?
Yeah, what timeline?
What are you
What
talking
timeline?
about?
I don't know. People of the Isles worship Eldath. They always have for thousands of years, ever since Eglig brought that faith to the Isles. They are a compassionate people, a loving people,
Oh my goodness.
and you are, as the Eldath's champion, are the ambassador of your people. You're like the liaison between the Isles and Arcadia. You speak for the Isles.
Okay. And how do I feel about my family? My brothers.
It's funny you mention that. As you and Liza are speaking, you catch this slight shift in her attention. Her eyes kind of briefly dart above your head, and there's the smile flickering across her lips, and then she scoots backward in the grass. And at the same time, this large muscular arm wraps itself around your torso in a wrestling hold. And I need you to give me an athletics check.
Oh my god.
Are my stats the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, what were your stats at level 3?
Oh boy.
What?
I don't know.
Oh.
You honestly don't think you don't think I remember that? I have no idea.
Just change your proficiency bonus to 3 instead of 6. We'll just go with that.
Does that affect
And
ability
you also don't
checks?
have yeah, that'll affect ability checks. You also don't have your avatar stone, so anything that's based off of that, your stat cap is going to be 20.
So just to clarify, if my character sheet right now says I have a +9 to athletics, that means I have a +6 instead?
Yes.
Because proficiency is added to that?
Yep. If you're proficient in it, yep.
Okay. I rolled 10 total.
Rolled 10.
I rolled a 4 + 6.
Okay. All right. You grab this big muscular Goliath arm and reach backward and just flip this person over onto the
With a
grass.
10? Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1, dude.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
And as he falls on his back, Jirak's laughter fills your ear, and he says, "Ha ha! Eldath's champion has been practicing."
Wouldn't be much of a champion if I wasn't.
And he holds his hand up to you to try to grab onto you, and get back up to his feet.
I help him up.
Okay. You hear a voice coming from down the path, and you turn. You see Orin and Artor coming toward you, wearing their best ceremonial garb. And Orin says, "Ah, there it is. Sorry it took so long, brother, but Father insisted on traveling by ship instead of merely taking the teleporter. Not that I can blame him.
Nothing quite like a sea's journey, after all.
No, nothing quite like the smell of the salt in your nostrils. Speaking of which, when are you going to come on a voyage with me?
Oh, well, it's... My
Surely
schedule...
Eldad's grace extends to the sea as well.
It does. As ambassador, my schedule is quite full a lot of the time, but I will make some time for you, Orn, I promise.
That's all I needed to hear. Sorry to cut your contemplations short, but our parents were wishing to know where their honored son might be joining them. They've taken quarters in the embassy. They wanted us to go fetch you.
Where's the embassy?
It's in the Civic District.
Is that...
The
Close.
Cragbreaker Isles have an embassy in
Is
Arcadia.
that... Is that close or far? Like, in terms of the...
It's in the same district. Like, the Temple District is right near the Civic District.
Okay.
Jarak looks to Orn and looks back at you and he says, Mother has been asking me about you. Wants to make sure you're eating well. By the looks of it, I'd say you're doing just fine.
I'm trying to focus on what will keep me going. Liza's been a great...
Liza
Shares
stands
a look.
next to you and smiles and bows, and she said, he is a good friend. And Orn nods and he says, I am a fine brother. And
Goff
Jarak says,
kind of does that like sheepish like upper arm rub thing,
Aww.
and he
Orn
kind of
kind of playfully punches you on the arm. Jarak puts a hand on your shoulder and says, Coria sends her best, by the way. She unfortunately can't be making it. High priestess of the Isles and all.
Oh my gosh.
But she wanted to wish her best. Her uncle's always been an inspiration.
and I send it back to my favorite niece.
I let her know. At that point, Roscoe sort of trots up as well. He stops rolling around in the grass. He's got like little grass clippings all over him. He shakes him out. He stands next to you, Goff, and he says, "What is our plan today? What are we doing?"
He can still talk?
He looks at
He's always been able to talk.
he looks at Liza.
Not until level 10.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't
Like
worry
I
about
said,
it.
Mel,
Maybe
like I
dogs
said,
talk.
dogs can talk in this world,
Well,
I think.
Whoever created
Okay.
this world didn't read the Dungeon Master's Guide or whatever.
Whoever created this world doesn't give a shit about the dungeon.
Yeah. He looks at Liza and he kind of scratches side of his head. Well, I'm sorry, my old friend. It seems today I'm having a bit of a memory issue, which I normally don't. Usually I don't forget anything. Today is isn't Wraith's ceremony, right? So we have that.
That's right.
We have that later.
And
Until
the
then-
big celebration at midnight.
Right. Yeah.
The one celebrating the and you see Roscoe sort of like squinting a little bit. And he says
Crying.
he's trying so hard. He's got an 8 in intelligence.
Oh, buddy.
I'm not far behind you, bud.
Roscoe says, "Oh yeah, the first contact with the Draconians."
Right. The anniversary.
Yeah. Well, I know Sadie and the pups have been asking after you as well.
They're here.
That's so
Of course they're
handsome.
here, Mel.
They're visiting for a while, but we can always catch up with them later if you want.
It seems I have to attend to my flesh and blood. Perhaps we could attend to yours afterward.
I'll come with you, unless you think I should go.
Roscoe, you can go wherever you want with me. There are no
Right.
restrictions. Everyone else is welcome to come if they like. And he kind of looks around at Liza and the
yeah, she nods, and
Cragbreakers.
the Cragbreaker brothers also say, "Yeah, we'll have to make sure mother and father are settling in."
I suppose that for now that will be our first order of business, and after that we'll see where it goes.
Very well, Ambassador, lead the way.
Do I know the way?
Yeah, you know the way.
Okay. I will, make sure I've got my things and
So you
prepared for a walk in the city, and I will.
You leave the gardens of Eldath.
I'll just kind of do a quick before I'll do a kind of a quick gesture of prayer or towards the shrine or whatever we're near if it's a shrine or a statue, whatever it is, like a place of worship.
Right, of course.
Yeah, and then I'll make my way. Yeah.
Why don't you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Ooh.
With my level 3 stats.
With your level 3 stats,
which means
so it's a +3 proficiency bonus, and your wisdom modifier is going to be maxed at +5 because your max is 20 right now. So we'll say +8.
Okay. 18 plus 8.
Wow. Okay. All right. So 26 total. It's very good. Goth, there's a moment as you are stepping out of the gardens of Eldath, your friends, Liza, Roscoe, as well as your 3 brothers following you, walking with you. There's a moment where you blink and it's like the world around you fractures like glass.
Oh shit.
And then you blink again and everything's normal.
Everything's fine.
Ugh. Did anyone else feel that?
Roscoe looks up at you and kind of whimpers a little bit, and he says, "Are you all right, my friend? You look ill."
I don't know. I must not be eating as well as I thought.
That doesn't sound right. We always get food from Hogue. Maybe I should go talk with him, make sure he doesn't have any bad food, that it hasn't gone bad. Although they preserve all that. So,
I trust Hogue. He's a professional. The mortal body is a mystery. After a point. Let's carry on.
By the way, Goff, give me a... Well, no, we won't do a check for this. I'd say you do notice this. This wouldn't strike you as unusual, so I won't even mention it. Never mind.
Okay. What a weird thing, ominous thing to say.
Sorry. I will note for the player, this is how I'll put it. I will note for the player that your brothers, Liza, they all look physically like they are maybe in their early to mid 30s.
Oh.
And
they
Liza.
all look like they are.
There you look young, no gray.
And my hair.
You have no gray in your hair.
My beard. Okay. And Liza's a tiefling, just to clarify.
Liza's a tiefling, but Liza was also in her 50s. Like late 50s.
Right.
She looks like she's in her early 30s.
And the brother, none of my brothers were twins. They're all different ages, and I'm the youngest.
Correct. Yep.
So
you all look like you're roughly the same age. Physically.
Interesting. Okay. Weird. It's definitely weird for the player. For Goff, it's normal.
For Goff, it's normal.
Okay.
So as you leave the Gardens of Eldath and start heading toward the embassy, we will shift over to Sissel.
Oh boy.
Sissel,
Yeah?
steady your hand, darling. If you don't hold it still, you're liable to cause a mess. And Mara grabs your hands and just gently guides your fingers along the alchemical apparatus. And you kind of think to yourself, she's always made potion making seem so easy. This breeze is wafting in through the open window of Moira's cottage, this rustling the tapestries along the wall. And Sissy, you kind of look up from the table where the two of you are working on this alchemical apparatus, making these healing potions. You look out toward the expansive southern plains of Arcadia, where there are rows upon rows of vast farmland and tranquil cottages in the city's rural outskirts. And in the distance, at the edge of the white gold mansion sprawl of the city itself, you see the smokestacks of Walden Enterprises looming. So that is the scene as it is. You're feeling like a little groggy. You kind of shake the dust loose a little bit from the cobwebs from your mind. What do you do?
I'm working on this alchemical apparatus with Moira.
Yes.
All right. I mean, I know I keep messing up with this, but it's just, that the process is so slow.
Well, that may be, but we have all the time in the world, don't we?
I
She
guess.
smiles at you and instructs you a little bit more, showing you. And you've done this a number of times before. You very routinely head to the outskirts of the city to where Moira's cottage is and assist her in her alchemical potion making, and then distributing those potions to the people of the city. Occasionally, maybe you also help her with her little side projects, which are mostly making little toys for children.
Oh no, that's so cute.
So you finish, the two of you together, after a few more minutes, finish concocting this healing potion. She stoppers it and sets it aside. And she says, well, you're getting a bit better. I wouldn't call it a lost cause just yet.
If you say so.
Have you thought about what your plans are after graduation?
Well, haven't really thought about it. I mean, I don't know. What do you think I should do?
Well, for someone unconventional like you, Sissel, I can't imagine you following the standard path that most academy graduates take. But I always have thought you have a good head on your shoulders and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll probably just wing it like I do everything else.
Listen, and she puts a hand on your hand. She says, I know joining an organization as strict as the Academy wasn't your first choice. But I know it's important to your mother. So I understand why you did it.
My mother... Sorry?
Thistle, you reach up and you feel this, there's like a wetness under your eye. You're like, I don't know why this is here.
No! One of my favorite tropes!
She says, yes. I mean, I know that Amalia and Alvar, they never stopped singing your praises. They were so proud of you when you got into the academy. Your father always has a smile on his face whenever he speaks of you.
Oh no. Oh, that makes me really sad.
Ugh, sorry, I felt kind of dizzy for a second.
You need to sit down.
Yeah, no, I'm just feeling... for some reason, I'm feeling weirdly frustrated. That's probably just... I could probably use some air or something.
Well, I'll join you if you want to step outside.
Yeah, sure.
And as she's starting to get up from her bench, her attention and yours are taken by this crash of glass upon the table as an empty potion bottle falls from one of the nearby shelves and shatters. And she looks at it for a moment, and then she looks up toward the shelf where you see a small black cat dancing around the glasswork. And she reaches toward this cat and she says, "Tackle."
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Sissel, I wish you would watch your pets, especially the stranger ones.
Oh, Tackle, come here, you little monster, you. Are you getting into trouble again?
She hands you Tackle, and then she motions toward the window, and she says, "Abby won't stop terrorizing the other livestock. I don't mind watching over them when you're away, but don't you have your own place?" And you follow Moira's gesture to the yard, or even now this strange, almost pyramidal chicken is chasing the other farm animals around and going,
Good.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I did try to bring them into the academy with me, and that didn't really go so well.
I suppose. I mean, I know you like to adopt animals that the expeditions bring back from other stars, but this is a bit too much, don't you think?
I didn't know about that. I mean, just look at, they're so cute. Look at their little faces, and I'm just pointing at the abyssal chicken. Blah blah blah.
It looks like a regular chicken, except just a weird, strange shape.
Oh,
Like
just a weirdly shaped actual chicken.
Like it has the same shape as the abyssal chicken, but it looks like a regular chicken with
Just
like a beak and feathers.
Yeah,
like a reskinned
It's just
abyssal
been
chicken.
textured badly.
Yeah.
So, it's the Fortnite skin. Don't worry.
Yeah, you know. It's a modded chicken.
Yeah. So she motions her to the door and she says, "Why don't we step outside if you need some air?"
Yeah, that'd be good.
So you two step outside, toward into the rural outskirts of Arcadia. Moira's isn't the only quaint little cottage that lives here on the outskirts, and in fact, you see, a little further out, some more cottages are being built. The Arcadian Relief Corps is working on it.
Damn.
Something that one of your friends is working on.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously no need for a standing army in Arcadia, but there's still questions of housing and food and natural disaster aid that still needs to be dealt with, and the Relief Corps and their engineers and their administrators help the people of Athara to do that. And they're currently building more subsidized housing.
And I have a friend working with them.
Yeah, you do.
Oh shit.
High-ranking one as well.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Does it look like she's around?
It doesn't look like she's around. She probably has a day off. She's probably off with her friends up to the north, up to somewhere in the city.
Just off on a fishing trip.
Yeah, probably off on a fishing trip.
At last, Jackson gets.
So, as you're sitting out on a bench that's on the porch of Moira's cottage, letting the cool outdoor air waft over you, Moira turns to you and says, so, do you have any plans for today, before the celebration?
Maybe I'll wander around, go bother a few friends.
That sounds about right for you.
I don't really do too well at preparing for formal events.
Oh, me either. But Avina's coming into town for a week, so I want to show her around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's got her hands full as one of the sentinels down in the thicket,
Oh.
watching the tree cities.
Oh. Well, here's hoping that she'll have a good time in the big city.
Well, maybe we'll see you tonight.
Yeah. Of course. Come by and say hello. It's been a while.
Of course. Cecil, I wanted to. I know I don't often say it, but I'm glad that I met you.
Oh, Moira.
No, I mean it. You've brought a joy and an unpredictability into my life that I wouldn't trade for anything else.
I just hug her and I squeeze her real tight.
She hugs you back, and as you are embracing, there's this gust of wind from outside of the fenced-in area of Moira's yard, and she sighs a little bit and she says, "Looks like your brother is here.
Aww.
Give your parents my best, won't you?" And you look down the cobblestone path toward the front gate of the yard, and there is your brother, the renowned Archmage Edmund Montalbank.
I
What?
run full tilt at the renowned Archmage Edmund Montalbank, and I tackle hug him.
He catches you in midair and just gives you a big hug, and he says, "There she is."
It's been a while. How are you?
Oh, I've been busy in Ordro. They're trying to set up more farmland out there and establish a new teleportation network. I've been working with some interesting folk out there. Have you heard of their head archmage? I believe his name is Niccolo Medici.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Head Archmage, huh? Rubbing elbows with important people.
I try my best.
See anything weird? See anything juicy?
Oh.
He has penchant for growing things. He likes to make a little he likes to use his magic in growing types of crops.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Medici's
does.
Medici's a weird guy.
oh my God, old man weed.
I was actually referring to your
I was
the
referring to
fucking
the
zombie
corpse.
grapes.
Yeah. The
Oh
zombie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sorry. I literally.
But I do like.
Didn't
I
you
do
have
like-
some of
It's
them
not
like in your
weed, you
bag?
piece of
I
shit,
do
Scott.
like. I do like the interpretation that he is a weed man, so I think we're gonna go with that because it's funnier.
Hold on, let me see. I think those are still in my inventory.
Yeah, you still got 'em.
The cucumber
Yeah,
is
I mean,
not. The cucumber.
You would not have them within this reality.
No.
Of
You mean
course
the only
not. I mean,
reality?
yeah,
The only reality.
you
Yes.
have what? You have what now?
What now?
In your what?
In,
That's
in
so
your
weird.
inventory? What's an
What's
inventory?
You can say.
Where the wind
Oh
blows.
my god.
So Edmund says, anyway, do you have anything in mind that you wanted to get up to before we have to go to this big ceremony?
We can probably get into some trouble.
That's what I like to hear. He kind of rubs his hands together.
Oh.
Your brother is... He's more of a... I don't know what the term is, if it's like half or step brother. It's from a previous, before Alvar met your mother.
Mm-hmm.
That
He's
brother.
actually yes.
Half
I guess
brother.
that's is it half brother?
Yeah.
I don't know the
Yeah.
You
logistics.
share half the parents.
Yeah.
He is quite a bit older than you, probably by a few hundred years, but he doesn't
Wow.
look a day over 30.
Damn. Cool big bro.
Same with Mora. She doesn't look a day over 30 either.
Fucking long.
But, I mean, that's normal for you. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Normal.
That
Totally
guy's got
normal.
horns.
Not gonna
Not
ruin
gonna
my day.
ruin
Not gonna
mine.
ruin my
Oh
day.
my god, y'all.
So as the two of you start walking toward the city of Arcadia, Edmund says, "So tell me what you have in mind." And he kind of rubs his hands together, looking to get into some mischief.
I was thinking, I wasn't thinking of anything at all.
Yeah.
Probably just drop by the Snapdragon real quick, see what we can get up to, and then found this prank shop down the street.
Oh, Charlie Tans. I've heard of him.
Yeah, exactly. You know the guy. You know what it's
Charlie
about.
Tan is a prank shop.
Yeah, what need is there for a magic shop in Arcadia when magic is so prevalent in everyone's lives?
Yeah.
Well, now you can use magic in untoward ways. For
Yeah.
kicks.
For kicks. Yeah, absolutely. So as you leave Mara's yard, you've got a couple of little buddies following you. Tackle and Abby are walking after you.
Abby!
Abby the Abyssal
normal.
Chicken.
Oh, perfect.
So as you start making your walk toward Arcadia, we're going to cut away toward Ellen.
Haha.
Ellen, the smell of lacquered wood greets your nostrils, along with a far more powerful aroma. And you blink once or twice. Vision's a little blurry. The office around you comes into focus. Through that bleariness, a hand thrusts a steaming hot mug of black coffee in front of you.
Oh. Thank you. Ellen instinctively reaches for it.
You take it, and your father sits down across the desk from you, and he says, and he motions to the paperwork that's sitting on your desk, and he says, "So any luck?"
Ellen blinks and tries to get the fog out of her eyes and takes a look at the paperwork before answering. What paperwork is this?
You look down at the papers in front of you. They are reports, inventories, star navigation charts. This is the logs from the latest company expedition findings, dig sites on distant stars. You've had little luck finding the artifacts you're seeking, some obscure piece of ancient history from a long dead civilization. But it's not been very, you haven't had a lot of luck with this particular one.
Not really. A bunch of things that either don't quite seem credible or just a lot of dead ends.
Well, sure you can compartmentalize and take it from piece by piece as I taught you. Your father just sort of brushes back his hair. His young-looking man, not a single trace of gray in his hair.
Still human, right?
Still human.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know your father's like in his 60s, but he looks
Yeah.
like he's 30.
Like everyone stops aging around then.
Yeah,
you know?
everyone stops aging physically around 30. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Ever since the renowned biologist Dr. Cyrilla Kendry finished her panacea.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes All right.
I like that the ideal age is 30. It makes me feel really good about my birthday coming up.
It makes me it's a wish fulfillment for me.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
My
Yeah.
back is hurting right now.
Oh, me 3.
Ellen like looks over the reports again and goes, "Yeah, I've at least begun the process, but." Again,
Well-
she gestures to like the massive stuff. I'm assuming it's
Yeah.
like
It's massive. There's a huge amount.
mound.
Like you are investigating whole like like galaxies within the void that are uncharted. And
Mhm.
the company is the premier organization for space exploration. They go up into the void. They seek out new stars that haven't been discovered yet, and they catalog them. They find things. If the civilizations are no longer existent, they recover what knowledge and history they can for future preservation. But your father kind of takes a sip from his own black coffee, and he says, "Well, maybe you could ask Willard about it, right? He's got a good head for this stuff. That's why you made him the financier."
It's true. It always helps to have a second pair of eyes on something.
Well, maybe I could take a look at it, but no promises. I've got my own workload in front of me. And Ellen, you look around the office where you are in this building. It is another bright and promising morning at Mahariel and Bowles Detective Agency. And business has been booming for your father and his protege.
Oh my god.
Oh,
After all, you need something or someone found. Your dad and his partner will find them. They've granted you this space to work on your own matters as the boss of the company. You've got your own stuff to do. You've got a little time this morning to work on it. The kids and Sarah are out on the town with Saralyn. But yeah, you have a little bit of time to pour over this or do what you wish with your day before the big festivities tonight. The company fleets are currently docked for maintenance. Crews are on leave.
well, it's probably off today. Probably shouldn't ask him about bother him with work stuff. I think Ellen's gonna take like 5 more minutes looking through this, and then like just starting to get the pile down, and then head out to meet her wife.
Oh, absolutely. Ellen, as you are continuing to pour through the documents, the bell at the door of the office rings. Ring, ring, ring. An elven woman of slight build steps through, golden blonde hair. Her gentle features mimic your own. Samantha
Oh.
Mahariel smiles at you. And she says, "How's my brilliant girl?"
Oh,
Ellen
no.
like freezes for a moment, has a moment of why am I so supremely sad? And then runs in for a hug and goes, well,
And she embraces you, gives you a huge hug. It's like, I mean, between the two of you, it's almost like looking into a mirror, especially since because of the panacea, no one ages anymore.
also elf.
Also elf, and your mother has blonde hair while you have dark hair like your father. She gives you a big hug, and then she sort of like looks past you and she says, "Pouring over the star charts again."
Always. I was giving it another look over before heading out.
Oh, you shouldn't give it another thought, dear. I've already arranged all the details. Trust in your broker. She gives you another smile. It's just elusive, that's all. We'll find it.
I know we will. It's only a matter of time.
Now, hold on. Before you go, I've
Mhm.
got you something.
Okay.
She steps back and she digs in her pouch, past her her harp, which your mother is a fairly competent musician. She's got like a harp strapped to her back. She pulls out her pouch. She retrieves a small gift box with a little bow on it.
Oh,
She hands it to you.
thank you. Ellen unwraps it.
Okay, you unwrap it, and nestled within the box is a golden hair clip molded in the shape of a leaf. And Samantha says, "It's so your hair doesn't get in your eyes when you're firing your bow."
Thank you. Ellen takes the clip. Why is a golden leaf so familiar? Gold on green felt strange thought, doesn't matter. Um and clips her hair with puts her hair up in like a little um like that like half up half down thing where
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, your father and I have plans to go about town before the big speech tonight. What about you?
Well, Saralyn and the kids are probably already exploring about. I was gonna meet up with them if you'd like to come along.
Of course, I'd love to see the grandkids.
All right.
Clothes are almost dry in the dryer.
Ellen calls to her dad. Hey, Dad. Uh, let's leave off work for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hey, Paul. And he looks over toward one of the other desks. Don't work yourself too hard, all right? And Bowles on the other side of the desk, on the opposite side of the office, says, "You got it, boss." Kind of. He puts down whatever work he's doing, and he puts his feet up on the desk, and he puts his hat down over his eyes, and he starts taking a little nap.
The detective nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, I suppose you could probably just use one of the communication earrings to contact Saralyn, find out where everybody is. But we could do it the fun way.
Always the fun way.
Always the fun way, your father says, mimicking you, and the three of you head out the door. We'll cut away from that. Mido.
Yeah, what's up?
The smell of freshly baked pie hits your senses. The taste of juicy berries, the soft folds of the picnic blanket underneath you. Gentle breeze in the air. You open your eyes and Emmeline smiles down at you and she says, "Well, how did it taste?"
Come again? The pie.
The pie, yes. How did it taste?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. It must have been that good. And then I take another bite.
Of course. You sit up to take another bite. Look around yourself. You're at the northern end of Arcadia in Crystal Grove's meadows, the parklands that stretch to the north.
It's Mido. It's Mido and Emily.
To the south, the city of Arcadia glows in the morning sun. You spot the great launch pad to the southwest, the section of the city reserved for the void craft taking off and landing, and then, of course, the academy to the southeast, and then the huge tiers of draconian structures that rise above the city toward the sky. As you say this to Emmeline and you take another bite, she says, "Oh," she's like sighs with relief. She says, "Oh, good. I was worried it wouldn't come out right. Hogue showed me how to do it. Something new for the bakery."
But you always know exactly how to make the pie. So and Holg is, I mean, look, he's got what was it called again? The Dapper Snack Wagon.
Yeah.
He's got those. I don't think that it's possible that combination of talent could ever make anything bad. And also, I sneak another bite.
Sneak another bite. She laughs. She grabs a piece and holds it out to you. She said, I thought it would be something new for the bakery. And maybe it might be a nice addition to that work you're doing."
The
Your mind sort of like turns, like the gears inside your mind turn a little bit, and you're like, yeah, the food relief work that you do, you help make sure that people in Arcadia and Athara don't go hungry.
right. Right, and
Yeah,
the
I mean, you
baker,
love to
and
eat. You love to eat. You know, whether it's pie or eggs or whatever. And the idea of someone not, it's terrible.
It is about it. Yeah, you're right. Why? And that makes sense. Of course, that's what I was doing. I brush my hair out of my face, and I'm assuming I don't have a big scar over one of my eyes.
Oh, you do not. Nope.
Okay.
Your wife, again, doesn't look a day over 30. And you know, thanks to Dr. Kendry's brilliant work, that much like everybody in the world, her lifespan is the same as yours.
Aw.
Don't forget your clothes.
Sorry, my mom was talking to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's never been a worry of mine.
Yeah.
That we would
You're
ever
going to
be
spend the
apart.
rest of your life, you'll never be apart.
And then after I finish my piece of the pie, I lay my head in her lap and I look up at the sky.
She strokes your hair and she says, "Well, Captain Stillspire, what do you want to do today?"
Oh, Captain. You know, if I'm captain, what does that make you?
"I'm just a civilian, but you know I can't resist a woman in uniform."
Oh, well.
Ho ho!
Oh.
Oh.
I was thinking that we could, because, you know, Hiraeth's thing is today. I was thinking that we could go into town and see everyone.
Of course.
Do you want to go with?
I would love to. Just the two of us, and she motions toward a little further into the park. On the lake, you see 3 figures on a boat.
Yes,
And
yes.
you see 2 human figures and 1 Goliath.
Yes!
Yeah. I know exactly who those are. Right? It's Verna, her mom, and...
It's not her mom. It's
not her
Roberta
mom.
Jackson.
It's Roberta Jackson and...
Donrick.
I knew that.
Got it first try.
Got first try. Sorry. There's so many characters in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're coming too. When I say us at this point, well, Verna and I are like family. I mean, we're all family.
A wonderful extended family too.
Hmm. So, how far out are they on the lake?
I mean, they're pretty far out. They're like toward the middle of the lake.
They in shouting distance?
You could probably use a communication earring, or you could just shout if you want.
I'm gonna shout.
Okay.
Did you guys catch anything yet?
Do you have thaumaturgy?
I don't. I never did.
Oh, okay. So you just shout.
Yeah.
Berna, why don't you give me a perception check with your old stats? So +3 proficiency bonus. If you have proficiency in perception.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Do. No, I don't have any. This is actually probably just. It's never
Okay.
changed.
Verna, you're out on this boat with Donric and Roberta, and you're fishing, trying to pull something up, and you just hear like this kind of shout on the wind. It's indistinct. You don't know what it's saying. You just hear like in the distance. You, in the meantime, are having the battle of your life with this fish on the line. And it seems like you could lose at any moment. And Donric just sort of slaps you on the shoulder and he says, Verna, I thought you had a stronger arm than that.
She doesn't respond.
She's just totally
fighting.
focused. On the other side, opposite Donric, on the other shoulder, Roberta Jackson leans forward with her cigarette and puffs a little bit and says, come on, Asim, show it some muscle.
God. I love them.
I don't think they caught any fish yet.
Oh.
I think it would be like.
Patty?
Huh?
Oh, I wasn't sure if you were talking or not. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Verna's gonna do an athletics.
Yeah.
And you said the proficiency is what, 3 or something?
Proficiency is 3, and your stat will be maxed at 5. You don't go above 20 for your stats. So we'll just make it like an 8 if you already have strength maxed.
We'll do 5. Oh no, 9.
Okay. So you're struggling with this fish. You watch as the rod is starting to bend as this fish is pulling away. Do you wish to continue, or do you want to tag someone in?
Keep going.
Okay, that did it. Berna, you've been in shape all of your life. You're not going to be defeated by a fish, especially since, like everyone else in the world, you stopped aging physically at the age of 30.
Oh my god, it's
Exactly.
younger Verna.
Younger Verna.
Been on
So
the
you
cover
have-
of Armored Women
You
Monthly
have
from
the youthful body of like a 30-year-old right
so
now.
spry.
Go out there?
No aches whatsoever.
Okay.
With that last one, you pull in this massive fish that flops into the bottom of the boat. And Roberta just, hey, look at that one. And she puffs a little bit on the, I didn't think you had it in you, Seam.
Verna just sets down the fishing pole, just kind of leans it against the boat and says, "Someone clean that for me."
Donric chuckles a little bit, and he gets to it.
She like smiles a little bit.
Roberta says, so, Miss Head of the Arcadian Builders Corps, what is your plan for today?
Well, I thought I'd just wing this one.
Fair enough. You gonna see your gonna see your parents later today? I heard your father came in from Ashaya.
Would Verna go and see her tonight?
What?
I'm wondering if Verna would go and see her parents.
I mean, your parents have been around all of your life. They love you very much. Your mother especially is the most proud parent you could imagine.
Yeah.
You know, parents.
I mean,
You know.
she herself is the head of natural disaster and relief efforts in Othara. You work alongside her sometimes.
Yeah, but they're just. Sometimes they just can't separate like their work life and their personal life. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they
that's
talk
true.
about the disaster stuff. They talk about Ashaya.
Oh.
And Verna kind of just wants to like kick back. I mean, she loves them. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, she
Right.
loves
I mean, your father's a
them.
philanthropist from Alcalad, so I mean,
Yeah.
he does a little different work.
Yeah, I'll probably see him for dinner.
So Donric finishes preparing the fish, wraps it up. He says, "You're gonna have that friend of yours cook this up for dinner."
Oh yeah, I wouldn't trust anybody else. No. Of course he is.
Well, want to spend a few more hours on the lake, or I think those two are the lovebirds are calling us. And he thumbs. He thumbs in the direction of Emmeline and Mido, who are out on the shore.
Yeah. It's been a little while since we've seen them. Yeah. Pull the boat up. Maybe they'll want to come with us.
So, Mido, you see the boat slowly coming in with Roberta and Donric and Verna.
Oh my gosh, they heard me.
Yeah, and they step out of the boat. Donric just scoops Emmeline up in a big hug and lifts her
Aw.
up.
Okay, and so what I want to have happen is that
Yeah.
Mido and Verna stare at each other, like kind of
Okay.
glaring at each other, and they start walking towards each other, and they start walking walking faster until they like break into a run. But they're still like
Okay.
glaring at each other. But like at the last second, they break into like a secret handshake that like falls like a brief fake wrestling match.
13-step secret handshake.
The 13-step secret handshake.
Oh my god!
It's
I just see you like walking toward each other like that JoJo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go.
Have you been?
I'm good. I give Verna a noogie.
She like playfully slaps your hand away.
Now I know this isn't real. Or whatever, maybe not real is the wrong way of saying it, but something's wrong. Verna's playing around.
That should be the sign.
Let me get a good look at you, and she kind of looks at you, and she like wipes like some pie filling off your face.
Oh, you have to try
Just
my
wipes it
wife's
off on
pie.
your shirt.
You have to try my wife's pie.
It looks like
Okay.
you've already been doing that.
Yes, I snuck a couple of extra pieces. And I elbow Verna.
God, it's like when two dads see each other after like 10 years.
Verna does this glance. So Verna has said the line, "I think you've tried your wife's pie," and then Mido says, "Well, yeah, it's great." And then Verna kind of glances over at Donric and like lets out a little like.
Oh my god.
And looks back.
Oh my god.
god!
Oh
Verna.
my god.
Uncontrollable.
Did Verna just make a sex joke?
Yeah.
Alternate universe Verna. is
Alternate
like-
universe Verna.
This is like
kind of
you
out
know
of control.
you know how in Evangelion like episode 26 Rey utters the words balloony pony.
Mm-hmm.
No,
This is how that feels.
No, but
Yeah.
that's great.
it's great.
But also, like,
I go. I go, oh, Verna! And I clap my hands.
It's too easy.
Holy shit.
But yeah, we were actually, you know how, and I'm snacking on more of Emmeline's
pie.
cooking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know how Hiray's thing is tonight, and then the I almost said millennial fair, like this is Chrono Trigger.
I like the Millennial Fair.
Let's call it that. Let's call it that.
All
I
right.
mean, a good name's a good name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, the anniversary. I was, we're hoping we could, all go together. And I
Yeah,
put my
sure.
arm around Emmeline as best I can with Donric lifting her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd say Donric could probably lift the two of you on each of his arms.
Yes, that's why we love him.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think, Verna?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cool, as they say.
Yeah, and we can, and Donric says, we could, stop at my tavern later. We want to get a drink before the festivities.
You know it.
Absolutely.
Wear your leather
How-
jacket, I'll wear mine.
Yeah, of course. When would I
We should
not?
all wear the leather jackets, in fact. Yeah, we should wear our leather jackets.
See, and I'm like gesturing to Verna, like I told you this is gonna catch on. How is your tavern doing, by the way?
Oh, it's it's right there in the middle of the market district. It's got all of the traffic coming in from the launch pads and the industrial district. I got a lot of traffic. It's never going to compete with the Dapper Snapdragon, but
Well,
I'm making it work.
you seem pretty happy.
Oh yeah. Get to be surrounded by ale at all times. I make my own now.
Yeah, it's all right. But you don't have. Wait, is he still holding Emmeline?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you put her down, please?
Yeah. He says, "Oh, yeah, sorry," and he kind of daintily puts her down.
Okay, and I clear my throat. Well, you don't have.
Oh no!
The cutest human in the whole world, and she lifts her up and swings her around.
And then she starts laughing. I thought you were gonna make a my wife joke, Lauren.
No. I don't have that in the better universe. I don't have those in the better universe.
Yeah. Yeah, Emmeline laughs and then when you put her down, she returns the favor and swings you around. Emmeline's not a weak
She's
lady.
not. No, she's strong.
Big muscles.
Big muscles. Cool. So we're going, I think.
All right. So you all start leaving the park together and heading back. Emmeline kind of picks up the picnic blanket and the basket and gets everything, and then you all start heading back toward the city of Arcadia. Okay, so as the day starts wearing on, we'll start going through what each of you want to do with your day. So we'll start with Wraith. What did you want to do? You wanted to go...
I was gonna go to the void ship dock area, launch area.
Yeah, so you head on over to the launch area where the void craft are stationed, currently undergoing maintenance. There's a number of ships here. You easily identify the 5 ships that belong to the company. They have the insignia of the company, which is just an ever open eye that is always watching.
Sure.
You approach the docks, and why don't you give me a perception check as you search for Danya?
You're gonna ask me to try to figure out what my perception was at level 3.
Just we're gonna make it simple and just say if it's based off of a stat that's maxed, just add +5 and then an additional +3, so +8.
It's definitely not mixed.
You wouldn't have expertise, I don't think, at this
Yeah,
stage.
I don't. You definitely don't have expertise that early.
Bards don't.
Hold on, my
It's
character
based off your
sheet.
wisdom, right?
The character
Perception.
sheet always wants to crash my computer when I open it. For some reason. My wisdom's only a +1.
Oh.
I guess it would be a +4 if it's a +3.
Yeah.
Sure. 18.
18. You start scouring the unloading bays, these large, vast warehouses where the company is taking these crates off of the ship, these secured metal crates that probably have like historical items that they're cataloging from long dead civilizations. And it isn't long until you see a group of individuals who all seem to be chatting and commiserating with one another. You make out two that you know fairly well. A young-looking human man with just a full head of hair. You know this to be Wilrid. And then,
so happy for him.
and then next to him is the young dwarven woman that you know, Dania Cloakshadow. What would you say? Excuse me. What would you say? I'll let you make this decision.
Oh,
what would you
boy.
say is Hiraeth's relationship with Danya in this reality? Is it a
Oh,
friendship?
boy.
What is it?
They've definitely been very close friends for a very long time. When you're around them, it's what other friends of theirs probably classify as an excruciating will they won't they energy that
Okay.
that I feel like is less like either being, well, I can't speak for Danya, but for Hiraeth it's less like, oh, I'm not sure if she would be into that. It's more like I kind of like what this is right now and I'm not sure how to move forward from there, but and maybe I would fuck it up if I tried, but not like a lot of anxiety about it, just like so I would say that they are very close, but they aren't really like official in any way that people would really understand, but I think they have like a very close and intimate friendship.
Sure. Absolutely. As you start approaching, I think you probably catch Danya's eye. She stops talking with Wilrid, and then just rushes up to you and just looks like she's going in for a tackle.
Just like hunker down.
All right, why don't you give me an athletics check?
Oh boy, here we go. What is my athletics? It's +5. 18 again.
Ooh, 18 total?
Yeah, 18 total.
Okay. She goes in and you hunker down and you don't move. She like goes to like tackle you around your waist and then just maybe pushes you back like a foot, and then you just kind of stand your ground, and she like lets go and she grins up at you. She says, where have you been? And she's wearing this like really nice looking, like all of the company people who go on these expeditions have these like really fancy looking like uniforms, basically.
Before I answer, I'm gonna somewhat ruin it by like reaching out and like trying to give her a hug, the kind of one where you kind of lift someone up a few inches, you know? Give her one of those hugs, and I'll say, what did she ask? Sorry, I already forgot.
Have you been, or where have you been?
Oh, you know, just came over this way from the Dappler Snapdragon, I've been getting my family settled in, and apparently all the extended family has come from Verizadune, and it's this whole thing.
Oh, it's not every day you get admitted to the academy. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not.
I mean, hasn't there always been Steel Songs making their way into the academy?
Yeah, I've had that pressure over me for my whole life. Sure, definitely. But it doesn't matter anymore because Nagram and I we've made it, and I was going to say the hard part is over, but I guess it's not. The first hard part is over.
What are you doing to celebrate?
Do we have anything planned besides? I mean, yeah, we have like a big party. Like, was that a separate thing?
I mean, you're having a big party. It's like
Yeah.
a combination of celebrating for like your thing as well as
Everything else. Yeah,
everything
the
else.
town. Yeah. Well, of course, we're going to be throwing, another Snapdragon Rager, as they say.
Oh my god.
Dragon. She laughs
Yeah.
at that and she says,
Raging
"Oh,
Snapdragon. No, I'm kidding.
I wouldn't miss it for the world." Hey, it's too bad that you're gonna be so busy. Because I wanted to ask you if you wanted to head up sometime. She kind of points skyward.
Wraith just kind of also looks up and kind of crosses her arm and.
We just got back from this all desert planet. It was, and I'm not selling it really well. It was terrible. Sand. The sand was just everywhere. It got everywhere.
Was it awful and gotten everything?
Coarse and got everywhere.
No.
But I think it would be fun if it was with you.
Well,
Yay.
I'm glad that I would bring joy and life and laughter to a terrible desert planet. I'll have to think about it. I have thought about I mean, not all of the trips you go on sound like winners, but
No, I mean we found a few living civilizations. You can go on vacation there sometime. It'd be fun.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
Yay.
I don't really know what kind of freedoms I'll be having like that while I'm in school, but there's always
Oh,
time
I mean,
during
between the
break or
semesters,
after.
I'm sure you can have a break. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There's this really
Okay.
nice all beach resort planet.
How wait, okay, hold on. How do you make a planet all beaches?
It's just all beaches. I don't know what to tell you.
What does it look like from space?
There's a lot of water and a lot of tropical islands.
Oh, okay. I see. That does sound like nice. I'll have to think about it. I've never been great in the air, which I assume is ironic considering I think my dad still makes airships.
Are you saying that out loud or?
I'm saying that out of character because I
Okay.
don't know for
Yeah,
sure.
no,
but
he absolutely does. Like, I mean, you see them up above. There's a huge
Right,
amount
right.
of them. Like,
yeah, just making sure.
there are probably as many airships as. So, like, airships are more for like local travel and Voidcraft or for interstellar travel.
Okay.
And also, Walden has his own like little flying cars that go around.
Oh, of course he does. iPad man.
The iPad man. Okay, what were we saying? I lost what we were
I was saying I would think about it.
I'll
for,
save
like,
you a seat.
break.
I'll save you a seat then. I'll kick this one off. And she points over at Wilrid.
Oh, sorry, Wilrid.
Oh, it's more time to spend at my vineyard.
Yeah, sounds like we could trade vacation.
No skin off my nose, but you might want to speak to the boss, and she might be enlisting you if you go on vacation.
Oh, I'm sure I can find some time to speak with her about it.
So, Donnie says, so what are you, besides celebrating, what are you planning for the rest of the day? You want to go find somebody? You want to walk around? I got leave. I don't have a ship to pilot right now.
Yeah, I think we can walk around. I'm sure, we might run into someone, or surely they'll start. All of my friends will start gathering about once it gets closer to the ceremony.
Do you know if they're going to meet at the Snapdragon and head over together, or?
Well, gang, do we know that?
Yeah, what are your plans?
Sound
What
like that
plans
sounds
would
like
you
something
have
we would
made?
do.
I feel like we would have like planned to meet up at the Snapdragon before like heading over as a group, right?
Yeah, it's like the meeting place.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel like the Blue Hearts would definitely get together.
Are we called the Blue
Yeah,
Hearts?
you call yourself the Blue Hearts.
Okay.
It's just a cool name that you probably came up with while drinking one night.
We have like cool jackets with
We have
patches.
cool leather
we have
jackets
the
with
leather
a blue heart
jackets.
on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
It's like the end of Kipo, where she has the leather jacket that has all of the symbols of her friends on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll join you if you want. These lot can handle the unloading. I'm ready to take this jacket off and get some R&R.
Put the other jacket on.
Put the other jacket on. No, she doesn't say that.
Uh-huh. Bah. Bah.
What?
What was that?
Patty, you weren't muted.
Were
I'm
you
trying to
talking
figure out
Penny?
I keep trying to figure out which one. I think my headphones swapped like what's mute and what's not. So I was trying to figure out which one it was.
I like
Now
how
I
that was
know.
your test
Hey, everyone.
noise.
Abby says hey, everyone.
Hi, Abby.
Hello, Abby.
Hi,
Say hi,
Abby.
Abby.
Oh, I heard it.
Mhm.
What a delight.
Oh.
She was just talking about because Tenny has his pneumonia, so we have to.
Oh,
so
baby.
we're doing vapor therapy where we just make the
Vaporwave.
bathroom hot water. Just turn the
Oh.
shower on
mhm.
hot, and then it's like these therapeutic little pats that we do to like his sides to like shake up the stuff in his lungs.
buddy.
Oh.
So
Little
Poor
buddy.
guy.
So that'd be so. And not a big deal, but like he ate his whole dinner today, and he
Good.
he also got up on the couch. Crazy.
I know.
He's wild.
Incredible.
He's so
what a
talented.
good boy. What
He's
a
so
powerful
talented.
boy.
What a beautiful
Thank you.
shrimp.
Little shrimp, beautiful shrimpy. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so Hiraeth, if you wanted to go walk about town with Danya,
Yeah.
find some other people to bother, yeah, you can certainly do that.
Yeah, we're gonna go have a nice little meander about town.
Yeah. Meander. Absolutely. So as you head into the city, taking in just the buzzing atmosphere of all of the city preparing for this grand celebration, the sky just filled with your dad's airships, as well as dragons that are just flying about, preparing streamers and setting decorations up high where most people can't reach. We'll cut over to Goff. Goff, as you are heading into the embassy, the Isles Embassy, you know the way to where the living quarters are. You arrive in time to find your parents unpacking Your parents, of course, Vokan Cragbreaker, Vokan the Kind, as well as your mother Xavia the Radiant, the first priestess of Eldath of the Isles. Your father himself being on the Council of Jarls that represents the Isles. You enter, and immediately your father just has this big grin plastered on his face, and he rushes up to you, and he's probably the only one who can rival you in size. You clearly got the height genes from your father, and he just pats you on the shoulders, just gives you a firm embrace, and he says, "There's my boy."
Oh.
It's good to see you, Father.
You've been eating well? Your mother's been asking about it, and your mother says, "Don't listen to him. He's the one who's been worrying."
Eliza's made sure of that.
And Liza kind of stands next to you and nods. He says, "It is good to see you, Jarl Cragbreaker." And your father kind of kneels down and gives Liza a hug as well.
Oh.
And your mother approaches you, Goff, and just gives you a hug as well, embracing you. What's that?
I return the.
Okay. And your mother, Xavia, she says, "So, how have your ambassador duties been?"
Well, I'm not one for strict schedule and all these events and meetings, but I've been managing.
You've been attendant to your prayers?
Of course.
Of course, I would expect nothing less. And she does like she kind of grabs the symbol of Eldath that's around her neck, just sort of reverently, and then kisses it, and then kind of like motions to you to kneel down so she can give you a kiss on the forehead.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Your father clasps you on the shoulder again, and he says, "So, are you gonna show us around town? It's been quite some time since we've been in Arcadia."
Oh, I'm not much of a socialite.
Liza speaks up and says, "I can show you about."
I'd say that's for the best.
"Do you mind? Do you have?" And she looks to you, Goff, and she says, "Do you have other plans? We could." And she motions to your parents. "I can take them, show them around. I have plans to meet up with Samuel and Vila at some point. They hopefully have not blown up too much of the home."
Do I have any plans?
I don't know. What do you want to do? Is there anything you want to do? Meet up with your friends? Find someone else about town to see? It's a big festivity. You could probably find anybody. A friendly horse, like Peanut.
I don't think Peanut is actively in Goff's mind right now.
No.
Goff hesitates for a moment. He looks down at Roscoe for a second. Why don't you take my parents? Find a good place to eat, or Where do people generally congregate? Is this all like outside the academy, or is this a particular district? Like, where's all the celebration happening?
So you know that the celebration tonight will be in Stormoak Plaza in front of the Chancellor's residence, because Chancellor Furin Stormoak is going to make a speech.
Okay. Why don't you take them to that place that we like, the with the wraps. I quite like those. I will catch up with you. I wanted to stop by, and see Sadie. And he gestures to Roscoe.
Oh, and he starts wagging his tail.
I remembered something. I wanted to ask Ellen a question, so I might try to find her if I can. But all right, be right back with you. I wouldn't miss a chance to spend some time with the both of you. And he looks at parents.
Of course.
He was saying that to Liza.
Oh, I'm
just to be
sorry.
clear.
Um,
Well, he was saying that all of that was directed at Liza, but then like he gestured towards his parents as like saying like, you know, it was at Liza. Then it was the last part was at the parents. Sorry, just to be clear. He changes his direction of conversation from one to the other at the end of that sentence. Sorry.
So Liza says, I will look after them. Maybe we'll find some nice, we'll get some food. And we will see you tonight.
Sounds good. And he'll nod. He'll just
He'll
do
nod. Do you leave with Roscoe then?
yeah. I mean, he'll do like his like kind of whatever this. He kind of does like a stoic. Or what's the word? Like he has a bow that he always does.
His like reverent bow.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'd say like after you finish doing that, like, your parents are like getting ready to go. Your brothers are there as well. I think like each in turn like embraces you in a hug and like, you know, promises to meet you later.
Yeah.
And you head out with Roscoe. Do the two of you talk about anything on the way, or are you just gonna go see the pups?
Yeah. Once we're away from the rest, Goff will just. He won't be looking particularly unusual or anything, but he'll after a moment he'll look down at Roscoe and say, "Something is strange. Today is not like other days, Roscoe."
I know there's a big celebration happening.
No, not that.
What then?
My mind, my mind, is concrete. It is not foggy, it is not askew. I have clarity in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And today, twice I have felt as though I could not fully trust my own mind. In short succession. So either I have been afflicted with something, or, well, I don't know.
Well, maybe you're coming down with a cold. Do we need to go to the clinic and get some more panacea?
I'm not so sure. Why don't we stop by Sadie and the pups?
Okay, they should be at the Snapdragon.
Right. And then Ellen has usually a mind for answering difficult questions.
Okay.
I'd like to run it by her and see what she has to say.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Yeah, let's do that.
Good. And he'll just nod and carry on towards the Snapdragon.
The two of you will head on toward the Snapdragon. Ellen.
Mm-hmm.
So you and your parents
Yep.
head out into the city. Oh no, you know what? Actually, I'm sorry. Went out of order. Sissel. I apologize.
Yep.
Because Tom mentioned Ellen, and I was like,
Sorry,
my
sorry.
brain's good.
No,
No, it's okay.
Sissel,
Yeah.
What chicanery do you get up to with your brother?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, obviously, we stop by the prank shop, get some whiz bangs and gadgets we can set off and scare the shit out of people later.
Mm-mm.
Maybe put some of those caps underneath the. This is me speaking from experience. There are little pop caps that you can place into a mousetrap-like mechanism that you can place underneath a toilet seat, and when the lid lifts, it makes a very loud bang noise. And I have done that to my grandfather on an occasion or two in the
Oh my
past
Holy
when I was a child.
shit.
Oh my god, Red.
Incredible.
That's a thing you can do.
Edmund is totally down with this. It's really funny because as old as he is very much like you in disposition. There's a certain mischievousness about him.
It's also
Um,
really funny imagining like extremely powerful archmage doing like this, using this little like
This
mundane
Khadgar.
cat pop.
listen, more power, more pranks. That's-
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's Khadgar.
Sometimes you take a little, farm animal, you polymorph it into
A
a
pig.
little. You polymorph it into like a chair, and then when someone sits on the chair, you unpolymorph it, so it turns back into the pig, and the person's sitting on the pig.
Yeah, exactly. Weird shit like that.
You got pigged. Idiot got pigged.
Just causing like mostly harmless, often inconvenient, absolutely hilarious.
Sometimes you get out those pigments that let you draw realistic things, and you start
Yes.
drawing weird shit.
Yes, absolutely. Gotta have a set of those. It's necessary.
So, do you have any targets in mind?
Who needs to loosen up?
Off.
Yeah.
That was mostly a joke, but I don't know if that would even work right now because
Oh
I think he's
no.
on.
Oh no. It's coming.
Okay.
So, are you gonna try to set a prank for Goth for when he returns to the Snapdragon?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like whoever walks into it, but especially Goth. Let's see. Maybe I'll enlist Abby's help for this if Abby is still following this.
Ivy is always following you.
All right.
She's just a beautiful little chicken.
Definitely going to just gonna set Abby up above the door, but like not forever, because obviously like there's gonna be other people walking through that door. But we're gonna,
of course,
like maybe Cecil and Edmund are gonna take turns like keeping lookout for Goth, and we're just gonna set up Abby above the door along with some just some confetti, perhaps.
Okay.
Some whiz bangs. Just a whole lot of noise that's going to result in just a little bit of a shocker. And
oh no!
when
Okay.
Goth walks through that door, it's just gonna set the whole thing off.
Is this his door or like the door to the Dapper
the door
Snapdragon?
to the Dapper Snapdragon. There's like a
Okay,
balcony
so like
above
the
it,
front
right?
entrance. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do that.
Yeah.
So I would say you spend like a little bit of time setting up this prank, waiting for Goth to get back. As you're kind of like working on it, Edmund's talking to you, and he says, "So you're gonna see Mother and Father today? They've been asking about you."
I mean, are they going to be at the event? I mean, I imagine they probably would be.
They should be. I mean, Father's retired from the Council of Dragons, but he still likes to take an interest in these kinds of things.
Well, that's cool. I don't.
And Mother's been asking after your little menagerie that you're building. She's got a similar interest.
Oh gosh.
Of course.
Of course. Well, you know it's a little bit small at the moment, but I think they're all really cute and really friendly, and they can be little monsters sometimes, but I think that's part of their charm.
Little monstrosities, even.
Yeah.
Little monsters. Well, she has quite a collection herself. I'm surprised she's never really shown them off to you, or maybe that's where you got the idea from.
Really? I haven't. I mean, there was that. There was a couple of animals that I remember that looked kind of weird, but I should have looked into it.
Yeah, you remember the what was it? It was like a big round creature that would puff up, and it was pink.
I'm sorry. Did Sissel's mom have Kirby as a pet?
No, it's Burby.
Oh my god.
The way I instantly, before you said puff up, and I knew. You didn't even have to say pink.
Yeah.
I knew.
What is going on?
Kirby's real.
The Kirby sensors went off.
It's like a klaxon in my head.
I gotta say, on my rewritten reality bingo card, Kirby being real was not one of the things.
And we're glad for it.
God. Sometimes you just get Kirby'd when you least expect it.
Yeah.
He's coming right
Oh
back
my
at you.
God.
Oh my fucking god. Well, now you know I'm going to grill her about it the next time I see it.
Well, we should be able to find them at the festivities tonight.
Good.
So he like continues helping you set up, and he says, "Are you sure this is gonna work? Is it?" And he points to Abby and says, "Is she going to stay in place? We don't know when your friend's coming back."
No, I mean, we're like, listen, Abby, and Sissel just kind of holds up Abby like.
And she
a
goes, "La, la, 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 la."
beautiful treasure. Abby here is the coup de grace, but we're not going to place her in immediately because she's going to get bored. I would get bored, so we're just going to keep her around until we see Goff, and then we place the final piece.
Excellent. Devious.
I'm so happy that Sissel.
This is such a good sibling dynamic between these two.
So you keep setting up this little prank that you're gonna play on your friends when they get back. Okay.
Yep.
Ellen.
Yeah?
So you and your parents are scouring the city, gumshoes on the beat, looking for your wife and kids. Why don't you give me an investigation check as you start
Just like the
walking
way this
the.
campaign started.
Yeah.
Makes
You don't have reliable talent, buddy.
I don't.
So you're gonna still roll a 20.
I still rolled a 17.
Of course you did. You don't have the headband of intellect either, by the way, so you don't have the bonus to intelligence.
What was my old int? What was my old int?
Falcon's
14?
trying desperately to make Mel roll a normal
I'm
number.
pretty sure you had
and
a
he
like a
can't.
I had a plus
14.
+2, I think, right?
You had a +2, which makes
Yeah.
your bonus a +5, which would make your total 22, which is the lowest Ellen has ever rolled on an investigation check. The city is vast. Sometimes the city is unknowable. Sometimes the city's alive. But you've walked these streets before. And so have your parents. I'm going to do a check from Jacob. Oh, that's a bad roll. It does take you a few loops of the market district to eventually spot the telltale sign of Luma's short haircut sticking up over the crowd, because she's kind of a lot taller than most people, being adopted. And you see Elise and Alarin, as well as Saralyn, walking through the market. They're checking all the stalls, looking for discounts or deals, looking to trade. Because, again, there's not really, like, there's not really capitalism in Arcadia. There's like a barter and trade system kind of deal going down.
Mhm.
A lot of bigger things are subsidized, that sort of thing. So you do find them eventually with the help of your parents.
Mm-hmm. I think Alan is going to like try to sneak up and then like walk beside her wife until she notices. Just
Do you
like,
try to stealth, or do you just like?
yeah, stealth.
Okay, give me a stealth roll. We'll give you a +8 to this stealth roll. No reliable
Woo.
talent.
That's fine. That's a 16 plus 8 is
God,
a
dude, how do you roll
24.
like?
We're gonna take Mel's
24.
dice away.
We
You
tried.
did.
We tried. It didn't work. He rolled different dice. He still rolled
Oh,
high.
okay. It's his, because he's so nerfed with his family. He's got to
Yeah.
have. It's called balancing.
It does take a moment for Sarah to notice you, but like she turns, she's like tending to the kids. The kids seem to be having a good time. They're like getting like fake rub-on tattoos and like little, shit that kids play with, like fake glasses with the big nose and mustache, and
Mhm. Do they get like face paint?
yeah, they get face paint. Elise's got a tiger that he looks like. Alarin has face paint that makes him look like he has dragon scales.
Nice, nice.
Luma is sort of like scouring the musical record bins for more albums from Deep Chris and the Crystal Blitz. But it takes a moment for Sarah to notice you. As she does, she like turns in your direction, like does a double take, and like nearly jumps out of her skin. She's like, "Oh, you gave me such a fright!" And then she grabs your head and then just plants this big kiss on you.
Oh,
Alan embraces her in the kiss. Just
And you just hear Elarin go, gross.
So, how are you enjoying? What is it? Anniversary Day?
Yeah, it's like a big fair festival thing going on.
Yeah.
Oh, it is my first, actually. Most of the time I'm around this time I'm actually one of the bards performing in the square. I don't actually get to enjoy it.
But this year you get it off.
I get it all, thanks to my lovely wife. She gives you another kiss.
Well,
and your parents approach at this point, Samantha and Jacob, and Saralyn approaches both of them and like gives them a kiss on a cheek, and a hug, and they like talk. Oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, how have you been? Like that whole the whole rigmarole. I would say like. So what are you gonna do? You're here with your wife, your kids, your parents, the whole family, the whole extended Mahariel family.
Yeah, I think it's like we're gonna keep going around and like do the like stupid little carnival games and like see
absolutely
what rides there are, and yeah.
The rides are more toward the north, toward the fairgrounds, but there are definitely like little games and stuff set up in the market district. You are given a number of tokens at entry. So like they give you a number of tokens to just spend on the games. Everybody gets like an allotment. So you go around and you have a great afternoon with the kids. Why don't you give me a acrobatics check to see how many prizes you win?
Alan is, if I can, Alan is getting the biggest stuffed animal for. Ooh. 19 plus, what is my acrobatics? 5 plus 3 is 8.
8. Yep. So
8.
what did you roll?
I rolled an 18 plus
Plus
8.
8 is 26.
Yes.
Okay. I would say over the course of like a couple of hours down in the markets going around to these fair games, you probably are able to get like 3 big stuffed animals to give out to whoever you want. Your father gets one and gives it to his wife, of course.
Sarah Lynn gets one, and um,
Now you have 3 kids and 2 stuffed animals.
is Luma interested in it? First of all,
Give me an insight check.
okay.
Plus
What
8.
my expertise is at level 1?
I don't think it was insight because you changed. Remember?
I did.
You used to be
I also used to be a thief.
You used to be a thief,
because
which is so wild for me to think about.
Inquisitive didn't exist yet. I think when we started the campaign.
Yeah, it did not.
So
it did
like,
not. It was Unearthed Arcana.
At level something, I changed.
Yeah.
16.
Oh, that's a throwback.
Yeah. 16 plus.
Let's just say plus 8.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus 8 would be
24.
Yes.
Luma is acting like an aloof teenager. But you do see that she's occasionally looking at these stuffed animals like
okay.
a little jealously.
Okay.
Who's your favorite kids? No, I'm not gonna do that to
you. Yeah, I think the 3 stuffed animals should go to the 3 kids. I thought Luma would not be interested, but Ellen would be like, I think Ellen would be like, well, Luma, if you don't want it, I guess I could give it to your mom.
No, I want it.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not a big deal.
All right. And then Ellen gives Luma the 3rd stuffed animal.
All right. The kids start walking around their stuffed animal. Eventually, I think your boys start complaining about feeling a little tired, and wanting to go back home.
All right. Let's head back to we live at the Snapdragon, right?
You do live at the Snapdragon.
Okay,
yep.
Let's head home.
Well, the Snapdragon is like a common place that you like to spend time. You do, if you want, can own your own property here in Arcadia. Like, the thing about Arcadia is you can request accommodations, and it's all subsidized housing. So they will, if it doesn't exist yet, they will build it for you.
I think
there's a bit of a list.
Yeah, I think. Well, if Ellen's family has lived in Arcadia for a while, they'd probably have.
They probably would have their own place.
Their own place, yeah.
Would you head to the Snapdragon? Like the kids say, they just want to like relax a little bit. I mean, the Snapdragon's sort of a common gathering place for a lot of people.
I guess. Do you want to relax somewhere quiet, or do you want the company at the Snapdragon?
I want to see Cecil.
All right, Snapdragon.
Cecil, one of the older, very talented young wizards at the academy, close to his graduation date, and he is like an older brother to these boys.
Mm-hmm.
Really, they took a shine to him, and
probably be more likely to be at the Snapdragon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proud of him.
I'm so proud of him.
Very handsome young man too. The goatee's really coming.
Oh man, he grew into it.
Yeah.
Oh. Did he ever meet Coria?
Yeah, of course he did.
Good.
They're dating. I mean.
Good.
So you start heading to the Snapdragon. Okay. Mito and Verna. You start What were your plans? You were sort of playing it by ear. What was the thought?
I think we were gonna go to the Snap Dragon to see the gang.
The gang? Okay. So you head there with everybody else in tow, Roberta, Don, Rick, Emmeline. A lot of you head to the Snapdragon, where everybody is convening. Let's see who is the victim of Sissel's prank.
Oh boy.
So
Listen, this
wants...
prank is targeted.
It
okay,
is.
so you're not gonna release it until it's Goff.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the
fair
idea.
enough.
We're keeping lookout.
So-
Cough.
So do you arrive
only- The
do you
one of
all
us that
arrive-
has anxiety.
do you all arrive one by one, and like if it's not Goff, Sissel, do you like try to clue people in on it? Like, what's the plan here?
If anybody looks up and sees Sissel and Edmund, Sissel's just gonna give them a look that's like, "Don't say a word. Don't worry about it."
All right, so here Eighth and
Don't look
Danya
at
come
me.
in, and
Okay.
Don't look at me.
And
You're
you-
looking at me. Don't look at me.
I'm not looking. Danya says. She just sort of like quietly sits in a corner. And let's say Ellen and the kids and everybody else show up next.
Mhm.
You look up and you see Sissel and Edmund doing something up on the balcony.
Ellen, how much of the like intricate like trap does Ellen notice at a glance?
I'd say that it's how intricate is this trap?
There's.
Is-
It's probably a little more extra than it needs to be. There's a little bit of Rube Goldberg
Is it like a
action
Rube
happening.
Goldberg? Okay, yeah, it's a Rube Goldberg device.
Ellen like looks up and like sees the Rube Goldberg stuff, nods, like, and then just continues talking, as if like nothing happened.
And you just keep walking in with your wife and your family, and you all sit
Mhm.
down at one of the bigger tables next to. I'd say that you all, like, this Blue Hearts probably have like a big table reserved, like a huge table. You pull
A
some
big
more tables.
booth and stuff.
You pull more tables together to make it larger, and you all sit there.
Probably
and-
ask if Cecil's been around.
I would say Mito and Verna are at the far end of the city, so they're probably going to be the last to arrive, which means the next to arrive is Goff. So, Goff, why don't you give me a what would your passive perception have been at this level?
His passive perception is-
Because I don't unless you're actively like super paranoid right now.
What would it have been?
So,
So I'm subtracting 3,
pers-
and
5 plus 8, 5 plus 3, right?
yeah,
Because-
so that's 8. So plus 10 is 18. I think is your passive perception.
yeah.
That sounds about right because it's usually 10 plus whatever your modifier is.
Mhm.
So 18 is your passive perception. Sissel, why don't you roll me a sleight of hand check?
Oh boy. Oh.
See,
At level
You'll-
3 stats.
you'll
What
do
would
it.
the heck
You'll
would that
do it
be?
with advantage. You'll do it with advantage because Edmund is helping you. With at level 3, it would have been plus 3 if you have proficiency in sleight of hand. If you don't, then it's just whatever your dex mod is.
Okay, so that's just plus 4.
Okay. So give me a
That's
d20
not
plus 4.
bad.
And this is with advantage.
With advantage because Edmund is giving you the help action.
Nice. All right.
So you have to
I'll
beat
roll.
an 18.
Ooh, that's a shit
Okay.
roll. That's a garbage roll. God damn it.
Goff, you start coming up to the door and you see these shadows against the glass on the second floor balcony, and you recognize one of them very clearly as Sissel. And Roscoe sees it too and is like, "Oh, we're gonna say something."
What is is Sissel's last name Blackwell on this?
That's a good question.
That is
Oh.
a great question.
Hmm.
So, would you have taken your mother's name, her surname? Because Alvar is a human name that Calenthus adopted. His real name is Calenthus.
probably would have taken the mom's name.
Okay, so your last name would be Vidaris.
Vidar. Ooh.
Oh,
Cecil Vidaris.
that's a cool name.
That's really cool, actually.
Vidaris, don't you ever get sick of this?
Absolutely not. I don't know what you're talking about. Hello, Goff.
We're just having a good talk up here. Nothing suspicious. How are you?
Oh my god.
Despite your warning, I'm suspicious.
Nothing There's nothing untoward, I assure you. Archmage's honor.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. Why don't you just let loose whatever you're going to do so I can walk
Release it,
through
release
the
it,
door?
release it.
He's.
What's happening? Is that?
No.
Okay, okay.
I do want to point out that he's not in the way. He's standing outside the gate. He's just standing there.
No, this is inside the tavern. This isn't at the gate.
Oh.
Yeah, the balcony in the tavern.
Well, he's not. It's so.
You're like calling through the door, basically.
Yeah, he's not in the blast. I don't even know what I don't remember what the prank is, but he's not in the blast range of it.
You might want to stand here, and Edmund points to.
I'm not doing that.
Does he like use a
Dude,
mage
is that
hand to
big-
like?
He's gonna use a mage hand, and he points at it. There's like a
I'm
big
not
glowing
standing
purple
there.
hand. He's gonna use telekinesis on.
Oh my god.
This isn't even fair.
Yeah,
Now this is just like straight up harassment. This is assault. This
Okay,
is
he's not gonna do it. He I think he looks at Sissel and he's like, what do we do? What do we do?
I guess we won't.
It's already in action. We can't stop it.
what can I tell what the prank is?
What is the prank?
It's basically just like a way too elaborate series of mechanisms that trip off like a couple releases a couple bags of confetti, releases some like poppers, and then releases Abby finally amidst the just kind of it's meant to dump Abby on his head.
Oh.
It's too late. And here, and he holds his hands out for Abby.
I just give him Abby. I just give him Abby. Just
He jumps off the balcony. He runs toward Goff, and he says, "Think fast!" And he throws it. And he runs.
fuck your life, bing bong.
Do you try to catch Abby, or do you just okay, so you grab Abby, and just Abby the chicken is just looking at you and going rah, 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 rah.
Ellen looks at that and just goes, "Huh, excellent example of a spell with verbal and somatic components."
Pocket sand. Same
Pocket
thing.
Abby.
Pocket Abby.
Goff just
Fucking love Archmage.
Goff just looks at Abby and he's just like sighs and he just says, "I've got your pet. Whenever you want him back."
Or does she have you?
Oh, she? Sorry.
Yeah. Abby
I'm
just is trying to lick your face. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm not going. Goff just through the legs. He's just like, I'm not going to have a philosophical debate with the chicken.
Well, I am. That's out of character.
Anyway, that could have gone better, but welcome. It's been a bit.
Are we all
Come on in,
there?
I
yet?
promise that's all.
You're exactly the same.
Who's all at the Snapdragon?
At this point, everyone but Mito and Vern, I'd say you probably come in a little later. You're just like at the
Okay.
tail end of the scene.
Okay.
You just like walk in the compound. You see Goff outside holding Abby the chicken.
Do they pass by
Archmage
Archmage?
Edmund. No, they just see Archmage Edmund sprinting across the courtyard toward the fucking apartments.
Mida sees this and she's like, the old Abby prank.
It's him every time.
Hits him every time.
Goff is going to enter the tavern through the side door.
Sissel pulls the rest of the Rube Goldberg machine and confetti goes everywhere.
And Baldric looks at this and he's like, well, now I'm gonna have to clean that all up.
Oh
That's fine. I do it with a smile on my face. And he
I
gets the
thought
broom.
this universe was made with no suffering.
He's happy.
He
He
likes
likes
it. He likes
cleaning.
it. He
I
likes
don't
doing
believe
his
that.
job.
That sounded that sounded like someone smiling through the pain.
Everyone
Well,
loves.
no, because he gets a broom and he speaks a command word and the broom starts sweeping it up.
Oh,
Swish,
all right.
swisharoo.
Just like Matoya.
The broom comes into contact with you and you go flying like 30 yalms.
My
It's really
God.
annoying when there are more of them.
That fucking.
Yeah.
Especially annoying for if you're in melee range.
Yeah!
Mhm. It sucks for monk mains.
It sure
Yeah.
does.
Poor Roscoe.
Oh,
Oh,
buddy, he lost his grease lightning stacks.
Roscoe
Oh,
voice.
no.
Goat, please.
This can't be the ideal universe. We still have monk stacks.
We still have
grease lightning
TP.
stacks.
still have
This isn't the
TP.
ideal universe.
Okay, so you are all here at the Dapper Snapdragon. I'd say it's close to late afternoon at this point. Holg gives you a bit of a late lunch.
Hmm.
He actually sits down and eats with you, which he doesn't really do
Oh,
that often. He's very busy usually, so Holg likes to spend time with you.
Yeah. We love
He's usually traveling the world, learning all kinds of culinary knowledge.
Anthony Bourdain it.
Yeah, he's the Anthony Bourdain of Othara, basically.
Yes.
So you are all here at the Dapper Snapdragon now. What do you want to do?
I think this is the first time in a while we've seen Hole, you said, right? Like he's
Yeah.
I think we're all like Ellen's listening to him talk about like the stuff he's learned, and like even though she probably doesn't understand like the more like technical stuff he's talking about, like different techniques and ingredients used, she's still
Yeah.
like it's just nice to hear him talk like just really passionately about something.
You
he
wouldn't
loves.
believe some of the techniques the Draconians have come up with. I have half a mind to get on a ship out to Vokrel and sample it personally, you know?
Hmm. I honestly, if you can learn from them and just keep building what you've been building, I'm sure your food will just be.
Oh, the snack wagon's gonna have a lot more samples.
Oh, I can imagine.
Still not ever the fucking Dapper snack wagon.
Yeah.
So good.
All right.
Verna's gonna pull out her journal and write a little bit in it.
Anything in particular, or just having some quiet time?
Oh no, I'm imagining like they're all kind of sitting at the table together, and yeah, she just sits there and writes for a few seconds and puts it away.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a common thing that Verna does. It's not really.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
It's not gonna like arouse any interest or suspicion.
not necessarily. I mean, sometimes people will like joke about it, but no, it's everyone knows that's something she does.
Yeah.
mhm.
What do the rest of you want to do as you're kind of sitting around eating?
Oh, do Mido and Hulk have the same connection that they had before?
Oh, absolutely. Probably
Okay.
even stronger.
Aw.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna
I
sit
mean-
down and I'm gonna I know he's busy, so I'm not gonna ask him to cook anything, but I am gonna give him like a big slap on the back. Like, it's so good to see you, Hulk.
Oh, he returns the gesture and he kind of like puts an arm around your shoulder and like gives you like one of those sidearm hugs.
Mm-hmm. Good.
All right. So, is there anything you as a group want to do individually, or do you want to get ready for the big celebration tonight?
Well, Goff did say he was gonna go. He was only gonna stop by briefly.
Okay.
I
would say like while you're all here in the Snapdragon, Roscoe leaves for a little bit and he returns with Sadie as well as their 3 pups, Sandy, Harley, and Layla. The 2 girls are Harley and Layla. Sandy is the boy. The 2 girls more resemble Roscoe. The boy is more golden retriever like Sadie. And they're looking a lot bigger than you remember. They're looking pretty big. They're getting big.
Goff,
So they all
gives
run
them
in
all
and
big hugs.
they all kind of like rush up. And all of the pups like crowd around. You're like, Uncle Goff, Uncle Goff.
Goff gives them all
So cute.
hugs and head scratches. Yeah.
Yeah, they're wagging their tails and.
That's so cute.
Okay.
Uncle.
So my question to you,
Uncle.
is: are there any conversations you wish to have as a group, and or things you wish to do as a group or individually between now, late afternoon, and this evening when the festivities in Stormoak Plaza begin?
Wait. So are we all there again? I'm so sorry.
You are all there.
Okay.
In the
I'm gonna go up to Hiraeth, and I'm gonna give Hiraeth like a big hug. And then I'm gonna be like leaning in, whispering, "So, did you and Danya?"
Maito, are you going to ask me this every time you see me?
Yes! Because you're always just like, I don't know.
Sometimes that's just how sometimes that's just how it is.
Alright.
I don't know, maybe. And then I'll mumble, we might be going on an interstellar vacation sometime.
What was that? And I'm leaning against the bar.
we might go on one of those missions that they go on sometime together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been on a couple interstellar missions with my wife before too.
Oh my god,
Can Emily nudge her for saying that?
Yeah, I'd say Emmeline is standing right next to you and just gives you an elbow, like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of thing.
Yeah, and as soon as Maito starts saying that, Hiraeth just gets like beat red. And punches like her hip, I guess, is as high as she can punch.
Oh my god, she's so small.
Sore problems.
Small.
But seriously, I'm proud of you for getting in the academy.
Thank you.
And then I ruffle her hair.
Oh.
And then I get a drink.
Of course. On the house as always.
Do you want some? Hiraeth?
Okay, maybe one.
Maybe.
Oh my god, Mel.
It's Pavlovian at this point.
Yeah, it really is. Okay. Anything else people want to do? We can handle anything anyone wants to do. Or if there isn't anything anybody wants to do, we can time skip forward in the evening.
Goff is going to eat not even like that much, just a quick couple things.
Okay.
He's going to thank Holg.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Ellen is kind of like not distracted or interacting with anyone, he's going to just kind of slide up next to her and kind of lean down.
You gotta lean down a long way.
Well,
Yeah.
kneel down, whatever. And he's just gonna be like, Mario,
I can probably see, like, Goff is very serious. So Alan's
Mhm.
gonna be like, yes, what is it?
Have you felt weird at all today?
Have I felt weird at all today?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God.
I don't believe you have
I don't
proficiency
think I
in it
have
at this level.
proficiency in it. I think proficiency comes at 17,
Yeah, it does.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, 19 plus 5 is 24.
Oh my god.
God, Mel. 24. All right. So you, as Goff is talking to you, your mind travels backward through the rest of the day, going all the way back to when your father handed you that cup of coffee. You try to think about what you did before 9 a.m. this morning when he handed you that cup of coffee. Try to think about what you did the day before. It's just a blank.
You see Ellen, like, she just, like, stops for a second and thinks, and just goes, more than just a weird feeling.
More than a fee. Sorry.
Goff, do you remember what you did yesterday?
Do
Anything that happened yesterday?
Well, you have these general, like, images of the trajectory of the important moments of your life, like becoming Eldath champion, earning the name Goff of Still Waters, becoming ambassador to Arcadia. These are things that are like part of who made you, meeting Liza, part of things that made you who you are today. But the specifics, like the details of where did I go yesterday? What did I have to eat? When did I go to bed? Things that, in the short term, you're going to remember these things. To drawing a total blank. It's like the universe did not start before 9 a.m. this morning.
I'm sorry, you cut out briefly. The universe did not start what?
Before 9 a.m. this morning.
Before 9. I don't. He puts his hand up to his temple. Oh gods. No, I don't remember the specifics.
There is one other thing, Goff, now that you're really focusing on it, and it's probably the thing that disturbs you the most. Though you are the champion of Eldath, you are her voice. You are the ambassador of Grove Mother's people. You don't recall what her voice sounds like. You haven't heard it since you woke up this morning.
He his eyes dart around, kind of just in the middle distance, and he puts his hand up to his collarbones, kind of digs into his chest a little bit. Something strange is happening. I felt like I forgot something very important when I woke up today.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw something for only a fraction of a moment. You know me, Ellen, clarity of mind and clarity of thought It is my strongest muscle. To be betrayed by my own thoughts, with my own eyes, like, it doesn't sit right with me. I am worried that I am sick, or something has happened.
This, if it is a sickness, it's a little odd that the two of us both have symptoms of it.
Well, we've been through a lot together.
We have, and but we could go to the clinic and see if there's anything known about it, but I don't know if
I don't.
Has Golf ever cast spells in?
Yeah, I mean, you think he has?
Are you still able to do your? Would it be healing still?
Yeah, your healing magic.
Your healing magic?
Why wouldn't I be able to? I'll try a druid craft.
Sure.
Can I make a little? Can I kind of do like a little flower bloom?
Yeah, absolutely. Forms just as well.
I mean, I think I can still use the magical ability. No one really needs healing right now, but I'm sure I don't feel like I can't do it. Look, I come to you with this because you're smart, you're level-headed. You think clearly when it's most necessary. Let's just put a pin in this. Keep those gears spinning.
Do we want to ask the others?
No, not right now. Taking everything double-fold. Just keep your eyes open. Keep your thoughts open. I have to meet up with my parents. They're in town. I'll see you all at the ceremony tonight, but till then, let's think on this.
I will keep it in my head. It's
right. He'll put his kind of do the little shoulder clap, but very gently because his hand's huge.
Yeah.
And he'll just nod to her like in an understanding, and then he just kind of says, I'm sorry, everyone. I have made another obligation. Things have gotten very busy for me lately. But I'll see you all tonight, I promise. And
You really got to learn how to relax.
He just points at Sissel.
Sissel. I'm helping.
Goodbye, God.
He doesn't say anything. He just rubs the bridge of his nose, and
Edmund says she is trying to help.
I know.
He kind of shoves a.
But you just find the most grating way to do so sometimes. And he just holds his hands out. And he takes a deep breath, and he stands up straight. And he just closes his eyes, like he's just like trying to like to do like an active like relaxation technique. And he says, "Tonight then." And he nods his head, and he turns around. He just makes his way over to whatever that restaurant was. I couldn't think of a name of it in the moment. That Liza
you'll head out and you'll meet up with Liza and your family, spending the rest of the day with them. Anything else that any of you wish to do or prepare for this evening's festivities? Say something now, or I will
I can't
assume we want to.
I think
saying you don't have anything is just as good.
I think
I don't
Ellen's
have anything.
probably just going to be figuring out, like, well, would her kids be interested in coming? Have they come in?
Oh yeah,
past
they're
years?
absolutely gonna be interested in coming.
Yeah.
Like everybody, I think, is interested in coming.
All right. Yeah. So Ellen's gonna be like helping the kids get ready, like
Doing their hair and making them
doing
look
the hair.
nice and having
Yeah.
them wear nice clothes. And
Loomis probably like we've probably already picked out like a good like a set of clothes for all of them, like
oh yeah,
a long time
yeah.
ago.
The loving
For the day.
parents.
Mm-hmm. Imagine.
I think it, because you mentioned a uniform at some point, Harriet's going to go and get dressed, and her mom probably fusses and helps her get her
Yeah,
hair done
gets
and
your
everything.
academy uniform on, and
Yeah.
she puts the dwarven gold pieces in your hair.
Aw.
Oh
they're
yeah.
they're not, I mean, this is historical mostly. Dwarves don't really use this kind of currency anymore, but it's a tradition. So she helps you with that. She helps you into your basically your academy robes. These, I haven't really decided what they look like. I think they're probably like an arcane purple kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm. What are the city colors for Arcadia still like blue and white?
Yeah, blue and gold, I believe.
Blue and gold. Yeah, that was it.
They are. But the Academy is a separate entity that helps
Yeah.
all of Athara. It's not just Arcadia.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you all... What?
Oh, sorry. What year, out of curiosity, what year, since Sissel's already attending the academy, what year is she in?
The final year.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Wait, sorry. One more question about: do we have a big tree in our yard?
You do.
Huh?
You do.
Is it the storm oak?
That's
Or
what you
is
call it.
Okay.
I mean, it's never spoken to you or anything.
Okay. Well,
That'd be weird.
that would be weird.
It'd be kind of weird if the tree talked to us, guys, and if it was like
Yeah.
a guy.
I think
Wouldn't that be weird?
I think you like looked at this big tree and were like, the Chancellor's name is Fear and Storm. We're going to be funny if we call this the Storm Oak because it's a big oak tree.
Yeah. That would be fun. That's a
I
cool
mean,
name.
You've met Furin Stormoak before and his wife Anna Stonebrook. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're good friends, actually.
Yeah. We named it after him, and like, just like a little.
Kind of a little joke between friends.
Yeah.
All right. So, you all prepare yourselves, get ready for the festivities this evening. And one by one or in a group, you head out this evening toward Stormoak Plaza. Most people can mingle. Hiraeth, I think there's a time near the beginning of the festivities where you and your brother Magram ascend to a stage with a number of other incoming students of, some are young, some are, they could be old, and they look like they're no older than 30. There's a moment where you are all officially inducted. A band is playing. It looks to be sort of like a uniformed band led by Christina Blakemore, who is the head of the loosely termed the guard of the city, but they don't really, like, there's no violent crime in the city, so most of it's more about just helping the local community. And the speaker for your class to welcome you all and invite you in is the this happens probably after dinner, so this is probably around 8 p.m. that this ceremony takes place. So Hiraeth, the person who's officiating the ceremony is this man, the seneschal to the head researcher of the academy. The head researcher is Anna Stonebrook. The seneschal is this man in a very powerful mage in his own right. Wears a nice 3-piece black suit, has a cane. Seneschal Victor Warren.
Yeah,
Oh.
remember him?
And he says, incoming students, you are invited into a world of service. You will learn things at the academy that will benefit not only yourselves, but your communities. And you will move on to be the bulwark of this world against sadness. Are you ready? And there's a moment as like you're all seated right now, and there's a moment where like each one of you just rises. It's you practiced the ceremony already, and like your parents are out front in the audience down below in the stands. And Victor says, with that, I welcome you all, the promising and talented young students of the incoming class of the Academy of Magical Progress. And everybody cheers, and everyone's clapping and applauding.
Yippee!
Your brother turns to you here, Wraith, and he gives you a big hug, and he says, we did it.
Sorry, I was. God, feels like it took forever's amount of work, but we did it. We finally
As you
here.
say that, and you say it took forever, feel like it took forever. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Ooh, hee-hee-ha.
I'm so good at wisdom saves, Val. I'm probably gonna be like, this is fine. Nothing has ever been wrong.
Do you have like a
before.
+1?
Yeah, it's a 14.
Okay, 14. There's a moment where like you think, yeah, I mean, it felt like it took forever. You had to take a lot of exams. You had to do a lot of practical magic to show off your skills that you are worthy of being part of this class. You had to do so many. It was such a blur. You don't even remember the specifics of them.
Yeah, you know, that's just how school is. You just can't remember.
That really is how
True.
school is.
That's
though.
true.
Remember when you took that class on?
Yeah,
and had that
remember
test
that
that was really
lecture
hard.
about?
It was
Yeah.
As the induction comes to a close, Hiraeth, are you quick to remove your robes and join your friends in the
Yeah, I
festivity?
mean, those aren't partying clothes.
No, they're
those-
not partying clothes at
Those
all.
are
I'm saying,
yeah. We're
would you
gonna
have your
get
partying clothes on underneath the robe?
yeah. That's what you usually do at a thing like
Absolutely.
that.
I'd say probably both you and Magramet, like almost in unison, like
just
get
whip.
rid of. You take the robes off and throw them at your mother,
Yeah.
and she just catches them and just rolls her eyes a little bit. And you're both in your partying outfits, and you're ready
Hell
to go.
yeah! Hell yeah!
The Brooklyn Nine-Nine slow motion
Yeah.
walk.
Ilsong siblings ready to go on the town.
The rest of you join up in Stormwick Plaza. The plaza is bustling with people. There are dragons perching on the outer monuments, also partaking in the festivities. There are yet more mingling in their humanoid forms on the ground. There are bards weaving arcane wonders to onlookers, wizards dazzling children with colorful illusions. The sky bursts with fireworks. The smell of food of all kinds hits you. Rows of food stands. The biggest line of which is at the Dapper Snack Wagon.
Of course.
They're on one side of the plaza. Many people are gathering, perched up on the fountain in the center or lining the balconies of the adjoining buildings, readying themselves for tonight, trying to get a good seat. At the stroke of midnight, Chancellor Stormoak will deliver his speech to the waiting crowds.
Mhm.
I'm feeling some
Uh-huh.
deja vu.
Yeah.
You feeling some deja vu on that
feeling
one?
some
Little
deja
bit of
vu.
deja
This
vu.
whole episode,
You know
been
what's
feeling
fucked up?
a bit of deja vu.
You know what's fucked up is I missed the session where this happened.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
no.
right.
Also wasn't there.
Yeah, Mel also was not there.
So
Guys, they're making up.
I unfortunately cannot partake in this weird deja vu. I know it happened, but I wasn't there. I'm sorry.
It is
Well, you're
House,
here
get
now,
me one more
so-
time for missing that session.
Sorry. There's a moment like as you're starting to like mingle and meet people and see your friends and get some drinks and get some food. There's a moment where the band on stage, which has been playing this great music they call rock and roll.
Oh shit!
Uh-huh.
Why do they call it that, Val?
Victor Warren steps up back to the stage, and he says, "All right, everybody, they're gonna play another set in a bit, but that was Deep Chris and the Crystal Blitz. Let's give them a big hand." So how's everyone doing tonight? There's a big cheer from the crowd,
Whoa!
and he says, "Now, hey, I know we're all ready for the Chancellor's big speech, and we're here to celebrate the induction of these wonderful young students. But I'm sorry, but we got to do a little bit of a word from our sponsors."
Oh my god!
I thought we didn't have capitalism, Val.
He says,
It's Walden.
"We got a bit of we have a speech from one of our festival sponsors. Please give a big hand for Mr. Jefferson Daniels, just one part of the Daniels Brothers Trading Company, the only licensed retailer for Walden Enterprise and Inventions."
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Is
And he
this a
steps
man
away.
is this a man we've known about
He
before?
steps away, and you see this young, handsome, full head of hair orc with a very strong jaw step up to the stage wearing a very dapper three-piece suit, kind of a burgundy look, and he kind of
Oh no.
tugs at his lapels and grins toothfully, and he says, "Thank you kindly, Victor, but please call me Jack."
Yeah.
I was
my
like,
God.
Jefferson Daniels? Who the fuck is that?
Oh,
Is
my
that
That's
his
his real
name, though?
That's
His name
real
is
name,
Jack
yeah.
Daniels?
His name is Jack
Holy shit.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit. I can't believe it.
Hold on to that joke for years.
Oh
You've been
my
holding on to that joke for
God.
6 real-time
ne-
years?
We never asked what his last name was. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jack fuck off.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I am in awe.
Yep.
Feel kind of insulted.
So Jack is up on stage. He's kind of giving a speech, rambling on. Sissel,
Yeah.
what are you doing right now?
Let's see. Cecil's probably like flitting around and like bothering people. Maybe like goes to say hi to some familiar. Oh wait, Cecil's parents are supposed to be in this audience.
As you think of that, you hear a woman's voice call above the crowd, "Cecil!"
Hello?
And stepping through the crowd, you see two individuals approaching you. One, your father, Dr. Alvar Calenthis, grinning ear to ear to see you. His arm hooked with another individual, a woman, again, looks to be mid-30s, age likely halted by the panacea. Her features, sort of a white hair and all, very much bearing a striking resemblance to you.
Oh shit.
This is Amalia Vidaris, your mother. And she rushes up to you and she grabs you by the hands and she says, "How's my little monster doing tonight? Oh.
I got so excited that I unplugged my headset.
I was like,
This will become a creature of static.
yeah.
So
More.
Holy shit.
it's Morbin time.
Sissel's mom shows up and Sissel just turns to that fucking SpongeBob meme where he's like floating in the air and glowing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Sissel, like... has a brief moment where she feels really pissed off for a second. And then it fades away and it's like, that was probably nothing. And she says, oh, yeah. Oh, we were, hanging out with Edmund, causing problems, making people's lives more exciting.
I would expect nothing less. She just kind of smiles at you. Calenthus comes up alongside you as well, and he stands next to you, and he's smiling at you with these just extremely mirthful, kind eyes, and he says, "It is good to see you in good spirits." He says to you.
It's good to see you too. Have you seen Abby? And Sissel holds up.
Yes,
What's up, chicken?
and he takes the chicken from you. Your pet. And Amalia just says, "Oh, it's so cute. Look at her," and starts tweaking the cheeks of the abyssal or the chicken, and Abby just sort of goes blah, 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 and tries to lick Calenthus's face. It's quite impressive. You've taken very good care of it.
She's
And he hands it back to you.
behaved.
I know that if anyone could take care of these creatures, it's you. Very proud of you.
Oh, of course.
Verna's kind of watching them, smiling, and then she this appall is on her face. She's like, "Oh my! Oh my god! My parents!
Oh no!
Oh god! Well,
I'm like, did you forget to see your parents again?
It's yes, she
Yeah.
did, and you hear coming up behind you, Kunaya, and your father Idris Asim, stepping up behind you, hand in hand. Your mother as radiant and beautiful as ever in her uniform. Your father wearing a fine suit this evening.
I stand up. I stand up from my chair, and I'm like, "Hey, we saved you your seats." And I nudge Mido really hard. 'Cause I assume
yeah,
we're sitting together.
Kanaya,
yeah.
Kanaya is just all smiles. She doesn't care. She could not. There could be nothing you could do that would make her not love you.
Oh.
She got messed up when my dad died.
Yeah. Your father is so elated to see you, and he says, "Oh, my little Verna, come here."
What do you mean when he died? He's right there.
What?
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she comes in for a hug real quick.
Comes in for a hug. It has been so long. I've been so busy with these trade routes. I never got to see you anymore.
Yeah. Same old here.
Well, let's talk and have a drink together, right? And Kunai says, "Oh, I shouldn't have alcohol tonight, probably." And your father says, "Oh, nonsense! Come on!" And she just sort of melts and sits down and partakes with you. Sisla, going back to you, as Calenthus hands the chicken back to you, he kind of looks between you and Amalia, and then he says, he looks at Amalia and he says, "I'll get us some refreshments. Would you like anything, Sissel?"
Something savory, something sweet. Maybe both.
Of course. And he heads off toward the market stalls. And after he leaves, Amalia just sort of elbows you, and she says, "Oh, what a dork, right?
This is such a pushover.
You have no idea, but his heart is very soft. You know, he cried like a baby when you were born.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, he could. It was the happiest day of his life.
I'm
He,
going.
he doesn't show his feelings often, but he always thinks about you.
I'm going to file away this information and use it for evil later.
As I fully expect you to do.
Calenthus's fancy is that he's like married his high school bully.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
God.
Nothing
That-
wrong with that. I'm just pointing it out.
That's the dynamic. Yeah,
It is the
you're right.
dynamic.
That one post, I was like, I saved this one kid once, and
Yeah.
now I found him like years later joining like a
Oh,
Muscle
yeah, the
Girls
Muscle Girl Club,
Appreciation
yeah.
group.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
God.
Sorry on Jay. Sorry for the
Andre.
derail.
So Amalia says to you, "So what have you been up to? Get up to any good shenanigans?"
Oh, today I hung out with Moira a bit. She's been teaching me how to make potions and stuff, and it's a work in progress.
I always liked that Mora. She could have gone to the academy at any time, but she wanted to help people. And she wanted to start helping people now, and I think that is very charming.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her.
Well, you have to introduce us sometime.
Yeah. Can't believe you haven't met her yet.
No, I have to be busy with my own studies at the academy. Every time they bring in some new strange creature from another planet, I have to catalog it, and I have to study it, and I have to understand it, so it can adapt to life here.
Sounds kind of fun.
Oh, you should see some of them. There's this one. He's round. He's pink. He inflates.
Oh my god. There's a brief moment where
Good
I
lord.
forgot about the Kirby thing. It just came right back at me.
So your mother just sort of like talks with you casually, and the rest of you, Goth, I'd say like you are probably pulled, or your brothers try to pull you into a drinking contest. If that is something you wish to partake in, you can. Otherwise, you can just sort of sit back and watch them drink.
I think right now, considering that he's got some stuff on his mind, he's probably gonna sit back.
Okay, fair enough. So you watch as your three brothers, in typical Goliath fashion, just get progressively drunker. Hiraeth, you see this. If you wish to join in with the Goliath drinking, you can do that.
Oh my god. I feel like I could, but I know that my con score is gonna fuck me over.
Oh no.
I think she is here to have a good time, but she's still aware that she has seemingly drunk so much the night before she's having memory problems, so I think she's going to slow the roll just a little bit.
You're still having those. Like, you can't
Yeah, it's
remember
weird,
really
right?
what happened the other night, and it's really
Like,
kind
what
of
the
bizarre.
fuck? Kind of killing the buzz, TBH.
Yeah, absolutely. Ellen, you are kind of like walking through the crowd a little bit with your family, kind of arm in arm with your wife. As you passing these benches, they have put out a bunch of benches in the plaza where people are sitting down to eat, to drink. You see at one of the adjacent tables, a young man looks up at you and he grins and he raises a glass of wine and he says, "Have a drink with it, boss." It's Wilred.
I think Yeah, I think I will. He has both eyes.
He has both eyes. He's a young-looking man.
Wilbur was missing a lot more than eyes.
He was missing a hand. He was missing a lot of pieces.
That man
He
was fucked up.
He was.
He gave a lot of pieces of himself, including about 30 years of his youth, to bring his friends back from the dead. His cell, because they died so many times, and he had to make deals with Kellenbor.
Damn.
But he's looking
True
young.
player, homie.
Yeah, he's looking young and healthy, as everybody is. So you sit down with the company folk, share a few nice glasses of wine. Not enough to get tipsy. You got to stay on your toes a little bit. You got to look presentable as the boss.
Always.
Right? Always. You can't get too tipsy.
Just always be like responsible and make sure there's nothing really to be worried about safety wise, because why
No,
would there
absolutely
be?
not.
But
I mean,
like you just
there's
gotta
no want. Like there's no want. There's no theft. There's no violence. There's no like.
But
people
just
are
like as
cared
the
for.
boss of the company, you gotta have like a certain you gotta carry yourself a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You all continue to mingle. If any of you pass into the market stalls to get food, you identify the Dapper Snack Wagon. You see a couple of familiar people manning the booth and making food in the back. Vinny the Tooth and Angelo.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I can't believe they work for Holg.
They work for Holg, and they're pursuing their dreams and passions, which is they love food and they love to cook. What a different life they could have lived. I don't know what you're talking about. No, they've always lived this life. They're having a great time.
They have a great time. Good for them.
Yeah. As the night wears on, and the clock starts ticking toward midnight, you see this hush fall over the plaza. All eyes up toward the third floor balcony of the Chancellor's residence. There's a pause. A small murmur goes through the crowd. Chancellor's late. That's not like him. A few of you are getting this weird sense of deja vu. You're not really sure what from. You kind of shake it off. After a moment, the curtains on the third story balcony part, and two figures step out. One is a dragonborn woman, her copper scales resplendent in the evening light, young and youthful. Head researcher Anna Stonebrook. And she is holding hands with an elven man, tall and broad-shouldered, his black hair well-trimmed, his nose pointed. Chancellor Furin Stormoak is wearing a very sharp brown three-piece suit with a gold chain. As soon as he steps out onto the balcony, the crowd cheers for him, only to fall silent once more as Furin raises his hand and smiles and peers down over the rim of his thin spectacles. And he says, "Arcadia, welcome. Tonight we gather in remembrance and in hope. This day marks 5,000 years since the Draconians first visited our world. 5 millennia since the day that the dragons touched our soil, journeyed far from their home in search of life and knowledge on other planets. They shared with us their aspirations, their genius, and we shared with them our hearts and our creativity. Since that day, we have walked hand in hand, a single people, creating a universe of wonders, of exploration, of prosperity for all. So may it continue. There's another roar from the crowd as Furin holds his hand up and he continues his speech. And the speech continues in the same way. Lots of swelling declarations, lots of platitudes, a very inspiring speaker up on this balcony. It's a good speech. And, you watch as Anna occasionally kind of looks over with a fond expression at the Chancellor. Goth, you are probably standing a little apart from everyone else. Can't seem to put aside the sense of unease that you have. And it's when you notice someone standing next to you. And the man standing to your right says, an interesting speech. And you look over and you see a very tall, very thin elven man, gray hair, receding, his eyes wrinkling around the edges. And he looks to you and he smiles and he says, "What do you think of it?"
Do I recognize him?
There's a weird sense of recognition. You're not really sure.
But, okay, so he's showing signs of aging.
Yeah. That is the first surprise. You look at him and you see this man who looks older. He looks maybe physically might be in his 60s.
Well, to be honest with you, I wasn't paying much attention. Are you okay?
The man doesn't seem to really answer your question. He just keeps talking. He looks back toward the stage where Furin Stormoak is talking, and he says, "Well, there's one problem I see with this speech. It's, granted, it's full of hope. There's a lot of triumphal language, talking about the history of our civilization spanning thousands of years of commitments to the future. There is still one thing wrong with it. You see," the elven man turns toward you, "that man on the balcony? That is not me."
Oh shit!
What?
Oh shit!
The man touches
What?
your forehead, Goff, and the universe explodes inside you.
Ooh.
As he casts a greater restoration spell on you, and your memory is restored.
Oh my
Your
god.
struggles on Athara, the fate you saved it from, the demon princess, Calenthis's betrayal, the world he's created, it all comes flooding back.
Yo!
Yo!
And the elven man looks at you and he
What?
smiles and he says, "Welcome back, Father."
Oh,
Huh?
it's the Storm Oak. He's
Tears.
a guy.
Goth's face is completely frozen, but tears start streaming out of his eyes.
Oh boy.
Oh.
He looks up at you and he says, "We don't have a lot of time. Gather the others. There is much to discuss."
Oh, gods. We failed.
You didn't fail. You were tricked.
We shouldn't have been. I should have seen it coming. Oh, no.
There's still a way to fix this, but we have to hurry. We don't have a lot of time. Things
Okay.
may look perfect, but you felt it, didn't you? Fractures.
Yes. It's all wrong.
This world is not stable.
I know.
Gather the others and be quiet and be quick about it. If we make ourselves known too readily, we'll attract his attention.
Right. Goff just locks eyes with Stormoak, and he just wordlessly he wraps him up in a hug.
and kind of pats your back. Be all right.
Thank you.
We must make haste.
He just nods silently. Where did he say we needed to go?
Pick a place. Pick a
Oh,
secure place that you can talk.
I'm telling him where we're going.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is the Snapdragon safe?
You never had a reason to install an anti-magic field there, so there is not one.
Where
I don't
would
think
there be
there's
one? There wouldn't be a reason that we have one of those would be anywhere, unless maybe maybe
Yeah.
like, yeah. Oh, but I'm still level 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't do it myself, even if
No.
I had the spell.
Nope.
Okay. I mean, there's not really anywhere that's anti-magic that I could think of, and I don't have any spells that could get me someplace like that. So
Any place that you can talk quietly should be enough.
yeah. Okay. Is the little grove or whatever you call it in the Snapdragon's courtyard under the tree, is that typically pretty quiet?
Yes, that's pretty quiet.
Okay. The under the, well, this is weird to say, but under the storm oak, the grove, the shrine.
Of course. I will meet you there. In my own shadow.
How poetic. Yes. Okay. And Goff's like blinking really quickly, and he's like looking around, and
As you blink, you kind of like look away and then look back, and the physical representation of the storm oak is gone.
Goff
Like
is
in a
also
flash.
having a weird moment where he's struggling with his past experience of having one eye versus the current one, where he's having like a
it's
weird
like
a weird
overlaid.
he's having like a weird disorientation of depth perception where he had to adjust, but now he's like got it, and he's like he's kind of disoriented and like a little dizzy, which is weird. And he's like, okay, he strains his back and he takes a deep breath. Okay. Oh, no attention. He looks over. Are the blue hearts all kind of together?
Where are the rest of you? I assume that you probably stopped to watch the speech. The speech is still going on, by the way.
Sissel's hanging out with her mom.
Okay.
Ellen's probably with like her family and the company. Just
I'm assuming Mito and Vern are vibing.
Hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanging with Donrick and Emily and probably Verna's parents.
Yeah.
Can I do a perception check? I want to see if I can. I'm gonna check around. Can I see all the blue hearts?
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that.
What I want to do check on is Calenthus. Do I know where he is?
Give me you don't. Give me a perception check.
This is a +6 or +8, +8, right?
+8.
14 +8.
So 22. You look around. You don't see Calenthus anywhere in the crowd.
Do I see him above anywhere? Up high?
No,
On
he's
a
nowhere.
balcony?
He is nowhere to be seen.
Well, that's freaks Goff out, but he doesn't have time to try and find him. So, just based on proximity, one by one, Goff is going to go up to each of the blue hearts.
Okay.
And he's just going to say something along the lines of, I need to talk about something important. Just trust me.
Hey.
And he's gonna just kind of like do a gesture, like a beckon, like follow him. And assuming that no one says anything, I mean, if anyone wants to like reply to that, but otherwise he's going to do that and make his way towards the Snapdragon's courtyard. That's what he's doing in general.
Does anybody-
Assuming
Does
there's
anyone
no.
respond or object, or are you all gonna?
I think Alan
Hold
makes
on.
the excuse of, looks like it's time to start prep to do some last minute checks for the party. I'll see you
Hold on.
there.
I have something to say. I have to get out of the hallway real quick.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh man, I did my laundry and I dropped one.
Oh no.
Oh, I did wash it. Never mind. Where's this worded? Okay. I'm just gonna look at is it Emmeline and
Yeah.
Donric, and
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna ask Goff. I guess visually, like, is this a blue? No, wait, never mind. She's gonna be like, is this a Blue Hearts thing or
Versus what kind of thing?
like a? And she gestures to her wife and Donric.
Whatever the facial expression or gesture that he would have to make to indicate Blue Heart's thing.
No,
Yeah.
I said it.
I thought we were doing like
Oh,
a
I
weird
said
like.
never mind. I said never mind.
Oh, okay. The former.
Sorry, babe. Goff's got something going on.
All right. I'll see you later at the party.
I give her a kiss on the nose and I follow.
All right, you follow.
I guess I'm going with her. I'll catch you guys later for the drinks.
Of course. Your mother says, I look forward to it.
All right, see ya.
Love you, Verna.
Love you.
You head off. Sissel, as Goff beckons you away, your mother turns and says, see you later tonight.
Yeah. I'm sure it probably won't take long. I'll see you later, okay?
Of course.
Tell Dad whatever he is that he better show up.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know where he went off to. I'll find him. I'll bring him in.
Alright. I got you. I trust you. And she'll
Love
hug
you.
her mother goodbye and head on
Take
out.
off. Right. Karaith, Goff comes and grabs you, and
Yeah.
Magram waves to you as you leave and says, drinking tonight. Gonna drink you into the table for once.
I feel like I might have over celebrated a bit yesterday or something. I'm actually not sure if I'm feeling up to it. I'm sorry.
All right. More for me.
I'll clap him on the shoulder.
He gives you a hug.
We can chalk this up to a win for you, because I'm chickening out.
For once, I'm the winner. All right. Boy, I could apply that logic to cards.
No.
All right, you go have fun. I'll see you later.
Okay.
So you head off. Now, Blue Hearts, you assemble, and you make your way toward the Dapper Snapdragon on the opposite side of the city. Goff, do you say anything to them on the way there? Do any of you ask questions about what this is about?
What is going on?
Just wait until we get there.
It's weird for you to be so cagey, but sure. I guess.
Goff just looks at Sissel and doesn't say anything. You know I would never lie to any of you for any reason. All you have to do
Ellen
is
looks
trust
at
me.
Goff and then just asks, "Is this about?" And then she tilts her head, like just sort of like indicating previous what happened earlier.
Goff just nods.
What happened earlier? What'd you do?
We'll talk when we get there.
Sissel, did you do something?
I mean, not.
Besides the old Abby trick.
Am I in trouble?
No,
I don't know.
No.
we're all in trouble.
What?
Oh.
I didn't do anything.
Shush. Quiet. Act normal.
Okay.
Don't overthink it. Just pretend we're going back to the Snapdragon.
Okay, I whistle.
Don't overdo it. He just kind of points towards my nose.
Ugh. I'm just whistling. Can a guy whistle? What?
Does Mito normally whistle?
No.
You don't normally do that.
Well, maybe I wanted to start.
Verna lets out like a snort at this.
I sneezed. I can't sneeze.
You eventually make your way back into the confines of the Dapper Snapdragon's courtyard. It's quiet right now. Even though festivities have been set up, the punch bowls have been put out, everything is getting ready. Most folks are enjoying the speech. So you have the courtyard to yourself. As you step toward the east side of the courtyard, under the boughs of the giant tree, Goth, you see waiting for you this physical manifestation of the Storm Oak. The rest of you see this gentleman who looks old. A thing you didn't think happened in this world.
Oh, is that guy okay?
Yes. I think. That's not important.
We have little time. And
Like that.
Okay.
he walks toward you. And as he does walk toward your group, you hear this as this aura erupts out from him. And as it hits all of you, you are all hit with a greater restoration field, and you regain your memories.
Oh,
That
Oh, that sucks. Oh,
That
I hate that guy.
is why we are here.
What
There-
the fuck?
Sissel, your dad sucks.
There is a moment where Sissel is kind of quiet, and her expression is relatively blank, and it just melds into probably the angriest you've ever seen her.
Oh my god.
Mm.
I know. Just
We don't have a lot of time. Listen closely. The real world still exists. I have very little power to affect within here, but Arcadia has been paused, so to speak. The prime material is in a state of stasis. We are all inside an alternate reality fashioned within the walls of the Rizadune's prison. And the bad news is that Calenthus, like his counterpart, Niccolo Medici, did not have the time to plan this out.
Of course not.
He rushed it. The consequence of that
Obviously.
is that this universe is collapsing. He is spending every last bit of his energy to divert himself to the task of sustaining it, but he is failing. You need to regain your avatar stones. He has them in his segment of the dimension. I can send you in there, but that's all I can do.
Hasn't he siphoned all the power out of them?
I think you'll find there's something left in there.
How is this possible? How are you
whatever's-
here?
That is a good question. How did you find your way into this dimension?
In my former life, I was quite a powerful archmage. When Calenthus opened the rift and allowed the Rizadune's power through, I was able to piggyback off of it. Now,
Good enough
the
to persuade you to-
specifics are not important. What's important is I need to get you in there. And you need to deal with him however you see fit.
At the dinner, at the speech, that wasn't really him. That was
It was him.
really.
It was him. Everyone you see here, with the exception of Furin Stormoak, is real. Calenthus broke open not only the reality, but he transcended the power of life and death. The city of the dead lies empty.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
That sounds.
Goff looks at Hooray. He's just
That's gonna.
Celeborn is not going to be
no.
happy.
I assume he's not having a great time right now.
That's going to have, even if we stop this, consequences.
If you can
Right.
stop this, if we can find a way back to our world, it will right the natural order of things. Unfortunately, it won't stop the current demon invasion. That is still ongoing. But perhaps you'll
Oh.
find a solution to that as well before the night is through. Either way, what you see here is an illusion that Calenthus has fashioned. These are real people brought back to life and given a world where their greatest wishes came true. There's no want or suffering here. A noble thought, but ultimately rushed.
God.
Unsustainable?
Well, if he had taken a little bit more time with his creation, maybe he would have succeeded. But as it stands, we have very little time. This dimension is collapsing, and everyone will die if it does that. What do you think
Alright.
happens when the walls close in and everybody's inside the prison?
Nothing good.
That's it.
Right. He didn't even do it right. He spent all that time talking about how great his idea was and how he was the only one who knew, and he didn't even do it right.
Because he expected Medici to do it all. When Medici backed out of their deal, he panicked.
Of course. Alright. Do you know anything of his section of of this pocket dimension?
Nostalgic comforts for him alone.
That tracks.
Wait, if we have to fight him, in here we are not what we are out there.
No.
It is an illusion. Once you step through this door, you'll regain what you lost.
All right. We can't waste any more time. We have to deal with this. Sissel,
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
you know, if he won't give in, Calenthus may have to die.
I do.
He just nods.
I'll send you on your way. And the Storm Oak snaps his finger, and a white door thrums into being in front of you.
Thank you.
Be swift. You are the last hope for every living being in this universe.
No pressure.
What else?
No
Never any
time.
pressure.
No pressure. Plenty of time to mourn. You know.
Alright.
Thank you, Stormoak.
I will see you on the other side when we are back in the reality.
And then we'll throw a real party. Alright. Ellen looks at everyone else. Are we ready to go in?
I look at Verna.
There.
I squeeze her shoulder.
We don't have the time to hesitate.
I know.
Alright. I think Ellen will be the first one in because rogue.
Right.
No, there's no traps.
Gotta
in
make sure there's no
the
tripwires
Stormwalk.
over the door.
Okay. Do you all head into the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One by one. All right. You step through, and the false world behind you behind you fades away. And as you breach this new pocket dimension, crossing the threshold, your stolen power returns to your body once more, becoming accustomed to the weight of experience. Your personal effects, except for your avatar stones, returned.
Do we have the personal magic
Yes,
item
you have the
that
personal
doesn't have
effects,
the
but they have the slot, but the slot is empty. There is no avatar
Okay.
stone within.
Does Ellen get to keep the little hair tie? The
Yes.
hair clip? Okay.
The illusion vanishes and another takes its place. You stand on a great paved highway. Distantly, a grand city of obsidian spires rises up, glowing with green runes. You've seen this place before, in its ruined state.
And restored, right?
No, it was never restored.
Oh, right. It was just.
Oh, fuck.
This is Vokrel, the birthplace of dragons. And at the center of the city is the largest skyscraper of all, piercing the heavens, glowing against the red sky above. As you take in your surroundings, you detect a presence. Shades moving across the empty streets. The lumbering forms of dragons that seem to be moving on their own accord. I think that's where we'll conclude tonight's session.
You.
God.
Falk is like, I'm gonna pull out the song that makes everyone cry. That's it. Goodbye, everyone.
Can't just slap this with dragon armor like
You
it's
can't.
Abby.
He was writing that. He was writing that in his little car, and he's like,
I'm gonna fuck my players up so bad. Oh man.
Man, we have a lot to
dude.
process when this is all over.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So, Verna, you want to talk about that secret handshake or no?
God.
Thank you for the session, Falk.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Shit, thank you.
Yeah, I wonder, like, do the timelines get smashed together?
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out.
You know that like this was just a illusion world created by Calenthus.
What are you hiding?
You remember it.
I remember.
I mean, you still remember it, and you remember your real selves as well. Everybody else, it remains to be seen.
Mel, I was like, the joke I was thinking in my head?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, guy who's only ever RP'd in Stealthy Ray. Getting a lot of Stealthy Ray vibes from this.
Yeah.
What?
Because there was an event in the RP group that Mel modded where there was like a big tree and it like tried to lure you in, and once you were in, it like gave you your like an illusion of your greatest wish. And it
I
would
was
like
one of the primary writers for that event.
Ooh.
Dabbing.
Dab, 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 dab.
Dab, dab, dab.
Ugh. So we're coming to a close on this game
Oh,
very
God,
soon.
And-
so fucked
man.
up.
Mhm.
now we all need to start making characters.
I'm.
Oh boy.
I don't.
Oh man.
I've had some thoughts. I just gotta get Charlie and Falk in the same Discord
Room. Yeah.
chat room.
I'm. I like how
we'll talk.
Sissel
We're
is
gonna-
like,
Yeah.
just like, why am I so mad? And then like,
It's okay,
10
Shannon. Why
minutes
do I just
later.
feel really pissed off?
Why
all of a
am I
sudden?
so?
It's probably
I
nothing.
feel so bad for Sissel. Like, I mean, everyone got it pretty bad, but I feel really
Sissel's gonna
bad for
have to come to
Sissel.
terms with the possibility / probability of killing her dad and also watching her mom that like Like, she's
fade
just come into
away.
contact with her mom for the first time ever, and now she's gonna need to let that go because otherwise, everyone's gonna
Because
die.
somehow
otherwise
that
everyone
person,
dies.
never having known her,
Yeah.
I think, like, oh,
Also, it is so like it makes so much sense for Calenthus to like have rushed it because of course he
Yeah,
did.
of course he did. Fucked it up.
You
Medici was
beansed
the
it.
Medici was the meticulous one.
Mhm.
If you hadn't changed the timeline, when you not timeline, but if you hadn't changed things when you used your song on the Pale Moon,
Oh god, yeah.
this would have been Medici's world, and it would have been a bit different,
there would have been more grapes.
and there would have been more grapes,
And weed, as we've just
And weed
established.
now,
and
because
it would have been stable. It wouldn't have been collapsing like Calanthus's is.
Yeah.
well,
Wow.
Hmm.
This is
some,
when you did
sometimes
when the storm oak touched Goff's forehead and did that restoration. I thought of this fucking shot. I put it in whale.
I did too. Wait, where's what? Hold on, because that reminded me of a video.
There's been a couple meme videos with it before.
This song is actually pretty
Also,
appropriate.
the image of Ellen in the carnival. There's this like Tumblr text post that went around a year or something ago that was talking about like someone that works at a carnival and it was like every year at the carnival there's just like one group of lesbians that comes by every year and we always have to stock up for lesbian day because they're so good at the games they win every single
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
yeah.
Bruh.
Like we mark it on the like calendar for all the staff and everything like this is lesbian day you gotta be ready for the lesbians.
God, I'm just bruh. Bruh.
Yeah.
I ain't done with y'all yet.
Oh
Oh,
jeez.
no,
Oh,
you threw us into Dragon Amarant. Of course you're not done.
That's so mean. He's like, I know what song to makes Lauren cry.
Oh, I got more songs to make you cry. I
Fucker.
spent the week getting a bunch of playlists together.
Like, Siri, tell me what songs make Lauren cry. I don't know,
That's what I looked for.
God.
and they know because they sell all my information.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Well,
Fuck, dude.
glad you all enjoyed the little slice of life, perfect
Hmm.
world for a little bit.
Yeah,
before-
Yeah.
Evangelion episode 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Verna and Mito are gonna have a talk later, I think. Blech.
Yeehaw. Howdy fucking doody.
It's like, oh, thanks for the reminder that my wife is gonna die eventually. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Ha 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 ha.
And I'm gonna be all alone.
Ellen is gonna be like, well, I saw my mom for a day. Ugh.
I made the Isles. What if Crag Breakers but no toxic masculinity?
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves each other and hugs each other and tells
What-
each
what
other that
was-
they love.
What was the name? What was the title you gave Goff's dad? The kind. or
Bokan
something?
the kind.
Yeah, when you did that,
Aw.
I just did that like the face of the guy with like who's like with all the question marks around him. He's just like kind of smiling, and I was like, that can't be right. Goff's dad was awful.
He was awful.
That's-
Your whole
that's
family
it.
was awful. But
The only-
how
the only
would they
person-
have turned out if they weren't?
No, I know.
Also, like Verna, like being completely different when she
Yeah.
wasn't.
God,
She didn't have to
yeah.
escape a slave plantation.
And her
Dork
parents
Verna.
being alive and her mother being loving and kind.
Mhm.
And not having tried to get her friend killed.
Yeah. Woof.
Woof.
Oof.
Kunaya was something.
Yeah, she was.
Damn.
Real piece of work.
Real good though. I have no bias in this at all.
Hmm.
The what?
We were talking about Verna.
We're talking about Verna and Verna's hot mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Patrick can't hear us.
Hey, remember when
Sorry,
Verna's mom was
I'm here.
Sephiroth?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and she had the one wing. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was really cool.
Mhm.
I have
Yeah.
no bias in this at all.
We know, Red. You like hot evil ladies. We know.
Internet, show me the hot milfs.
We
Hi, I'm
Computer.
computer.
I'm the computer. I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna do that.
Wait.
You're not getting that.
We get it. We know you want to fuck the granny ant from A Bug's Life. You don't have to send them the ask 160 times.
Holy shit.
God.
The wrinkly old granny ant from
I will be like 80 years old one day and I will still remember that.
Yeah.
Now I'm the wrinkly granny ant.
I can think about that, and then I think about,
Holy
buddy,
shit.
you can't fuck Osmosis Jones. You try to put your dick in him. He's too small. He'll go on an adventure. He'll learn a life lesson in there.
I hate it. God. Is everyone good for next week?
I'm good for
I think
next week.
so.
At least for now. Like, I know things come up, but
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Guys, my fingers hurt really bad today.
Oh
Because
no.
the guy took all the keycaps off with my fingers.
Yeah.
oh, that sucks. That hurts.
I don't have like a tool for it, so that's just kind of had to like wiggle it off and.
Every time I've done that, I've ended up just breaking the keyboard.
Oh
Uh,
Like,
no.
I
I've
pull them
done
off in
that-
a weird way and like snapped some
You
sort
know,
of plastic underneath. And
See, what I did, the trick is found because I didn't take the ones that have like the extra latches off, like the space bar or the enter key. I just left those alone because,
That's
like, I
smart.
figure I can just like clean around and under them as long as there's like ample space around them.
Yeah.
And
Like,
also,
yeah.
guess whose majority of the dust it was? It was PETA. It was all his
PETA.
hair. It was all his hair.
I have a good picture. I'm gonna put in animal pics.
Speaking of PETA, I should go check on him.
Oh wait, why did it show up like that? That's weird. Why didn't it actually show the picture? That's so bizarre. Hold on.
What's bizarre?
I posted a
Jojo.
tweet and it did not preview the image. I'm just
I'm
just
looking
gonna
at it.
put the image there.
Peter, you ready to come? Oh, hi, baby.
Oh, good.
What a good cat.
Meow.
Hi, pizza.
Pizza.
Pasta.
Hi, baby.
Oh, what a good kitty.
PETA, yeah, I love him.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a good cat.
Oh, I should stop recording. This is just getting all of this cat talk.
Of course.